Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest and last episode of the season of Flag Plus Football's First and Goal podcast. I'm FPF Hall of Famer Brent Bodkin.
And I'm Quaysie Maule.
All right, so Quaysie, I mean, it's the best time of the year, the most exciting time of the year. I say that about the playoffs, but now it is the finals coming up this weekend, this Saturday and Sunday. Brassard, the action starts this Saturday at 5 p.m. Sunday it starts at noon. We have a ton of games, ton of excitement in the air here in FPF as we look to wrap up the 2025 spring/summer season. Fall season's around the corner. We'll get to that maybe a little later. So let's hop into it. We have a lot of guests coming on the show today, so a little bit of a change from the usual. Instead of just 2 or 3, we have about 4 or 5 coming on, so we're really excited about that. Let's hop into it. Women's C. I was in Brassard last night, as you were as well. Quaysie, we saw the Women's C games going on. We saw the Cavs beat Humble and Turf Titans beat She Sparks, so setting up a final between the 1 seed, the Cavs, against the number 2 seed, the Turf Titans. 8-2 Cavs, 7-3 Turf Titans. It should be an exciting game. Regular season series quickly. Turf Titans took it 2-1. The Cavs won the first meeting in week 1, 18-12. Turf Titans won the next 2 meetings, 44-10 and 26-18 in week 4 and week 7, respectively. What kind of matchup should we be expecting here in the final rematch between these two teams?
I'm expecting it's going to be a good game. I'm hoping it's not going to be a blowout like the Cavs did to Humble on the semi 62-0. Turf Titans had a better matchup going into the semi, so I think they're kind of like locked in. They're kind of more comfortable going into the finals compared to the Cavaliers. Like, I feel like I watched maybe 5 minutes of the end of the game, and I didn't realize that it was 62-0. But when I saw it, I was like, oh, okay, it's blow up. But I'm hoping to see around the same matchup that we got to see before, like 8-12, like the previous matchup they had, something around those lines, but more not that low scoring. But I'm looking to see like a 19-20, something where it's going to be entertaining for both teams. And I'm just hoping it's not going to be a blowout because no one likes a blowout, especially for the championship.
Yeah, well, that's exactly it. Right? Obviously, again, like we hope it's going to be a good game. Looking at the Cavs, like I said, they lost 2 out of 3 meetings this year. Orly Plurd, the quarterback, 22 touchdowns in the regular season. She had a big night last night against Humble, throwing 10 touchdown passes in that big victory you're just talking about. Looking at her team, though, again, like I said, they lost 2 out of 3 this year to the Turf Titans, but Plurd has some weapons. And, of course, I'm talking about Amy Hughes, her leading receiver, 8 touchdown passes. There's Erica Beliveau as well, Amelie de Verture. What do the Cavaliers need to do? A veteran Cavaliers squad, by the way. What do they need to do to finally get over the hump and beat Turf Titans?
I think they just need to score. I think for a team like the Cavaliers, they're gonna have to put some points on the board. Against the Turf Titans, they're also a new team, right? They're kind of new in this league. I believe all their players are new to FPF. I'm not sure if they played elsewhere, but they're a new team, so I think they're going to have to take advantage of that and score points. They're definitely not going to win. I think if they score more than 20 points, they should have a comfortable chance of winning. But I don't think if the offense doesn't score a lot of points, I don't think they're going to have a chance to win this.
Okay, so I think one thing we should do probably maybe is make picks, you and I, in this one. Ali Reza, I know that people can't hear you, but we can hear you in our ears, so we'll get your pick as well. Ali Reza, who do you have winning this game?
I'm going to give it to the Cavaliers. I'm going to give it. And one thing I do want to say about that, I just think the Cavaliers are going to be more prepared. They have a coaching staff. They're a college team, right? Compared to Turf Titans, I feel like it's more like a team that they just meet up every Saturday or Sunday and they just play around. I think the Cavs are going to come into this game and realize what they have to do to end up winning this game. Turf Titans actually have a coach, but I don't think they don't do practices and stuff. So I think the Cavaliers are going to be more prepared coming to this, and they're going to know what they're going to have to do, especially after playing a team 2 or 3 times in the season.
Okay, fair enough. All right. Despite that, I'm going to go with the Turf Titans. Again, like I said, they took 2 out of 3 this year from the Cavaliers. I think they'll make it 3 out of 4.
Okay.
Ali Reza, who do you have? All right, Ali Reza has the Cavs. All right, so 2-1 favor of the Cavs. All right, we'll see what happens. Again, should be a great game coming up this weekend. Switching now to Division F, we have the number 1 seed, First Down Sniffers, taking on the number 5 seed, PSTM. First, both teams finishing with a 7-3 record this regular season. They met back in week 5. I talked about it a couple of times. I had a chance to score, keep that game. First down, Sniffers pretty much stealing a victory there at the end, getting a late score to get the 1-point win back in week 5. How do you see this game shaking out?
For some reason, I feel like they played twice. So I have them playing in week 5 and then week 6, a back-to-back, but I could be wrong. I have one of the matchups 18-7, and then I have 25-24.
I'm looking at their schedule right now, PSTM. I have them only playing them once. Again, I score kept that game. I don't.
Okay, maybe I looked at it wrong. So the first score was 18-7.
It was 25-24. 25-24 first down Sniffers. It was at Loyola.
Who was 18-7? No, sorry, 18-7, week 4, June 12th.
Oh, you know what? You are. Yeah, you're right. So yeah, 18-7. Okay, my apologies. You're right. 18-7. Okay, so there you go. So this is the rubber match then. PSTM winning in week 4. You're absolutely right, and then first down Sniffers winning in week 5. So yeah, you're right. My bad.
Yeah, what's kind of funny about that is that each team in Division F have to play a team twice, right? So it's kind of funny that they matched up and they matched up to having to play that team twice, and then they're going to play in the finals. So they kind of split now 1-1, and then now they're meeting each other in the finals. So it's kind of funny. But to answer, what was your question you asked me? Sorry.
I'm like, well, who do you think's going to win the game, basically?
I'm not sure. I think it's going to be a toss up. I would have said first down Sniffers, but they haven't played since August 5th because they got that forfeit. So it's going to be 18 days that they're going to have off.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's a big effect on you when you have that many days off and you're not kind of like throwing the ball as much. You're kind of going into one of your biggest games of the year, not really having a lot of chemistry. And then you're playing versus a team that's literally been grinding it out every single week as PSTM. They've been on a roll, right? They knocked out the number 2 seed. They knocked out the number 4 seed. So right now they have the momentum going, right? And then they're going to play a first down Sniffers team where they haven't been playing in so long. So I think the momentum is for PSTM, and I think they're going to use that I think they're going to use that momentum. It's going to help them a lot. But I still don't know who's going to win this game. If I had to bet, I would take PSTM just because I feel like the Snifflers haven't played in so long.
Okay, I'm with you on PSTM. Like I said, I've talked about this team a lot. Like Jordan Lee, I think is a phenomenal player. Leads their team with 7 interceptions. I like their defense. They're an aggressive defense. Sometimes they make it a penalty here and there. First down Sniffers are aggressive too. Don't get me wrong, but I like the PSTM defense. They have a couple more ball hawks on their squad. Like I'm looking at it right here. They have, at least in the regular season, they finished with 7 to 18 interceptions, right? So I mean that's something. And Jordan Lee against 7 INTs. He also had 10 pass deflections. I think that's a kid who's gonna rise the ranks here in the FPF in short time. I'm just gonna pick PSTM again. I think again, watching their last regular season meeting, first down Sniffers were lucky to get that W. Credit to them for getting it, but they had a little bit of luck on their side. So I think PSTM is going to get revenge and get the rubber match and be your Division F champs.
All right, so we're on the same page for that one.
Ali Reza, who do you have? PSTM, clean sweep right there. PSTM. All right, let's go to Division E. We have the 10th seed, 6-4 Armed Robbery taking on the 13th seed, also 6-4 Studs 2. These two teams met back in week 8, Armed Robbery with a 33-20 victory. For me, one of the big things that stood out in that regular season meeting was Pierre-Olivier Bolon-Lefebvre had 3 touchdown passes, but he also has 3 INTs in that matchup. So again, a 13-point victory for Armed Robbery in that game. I like their chances of repeating again. Quaysie, how do you see it?
So just to kind of go back for both these final teams, it's kind of funny how we had 2 upsets last week and then we have 2 upsets this week, right? Yeah. But I would have to give it to the Studs. They've gotten 2 upsets in the past 2 weeks. Which is also kind of funny. I also want to talk about really fast is that Gold Rush forfeited that game to kind of get the Studs over the hump. So far, the Studs have been the team. They finished the season 6-4, and they've gotten 2 upsets in the past 2 weeks, right? But they were underdog versus Gold Rush, which Gold Rush was a pretty good team. So imagine Gold Rush didn't forfeit that game, and they ended up winning that game against them, and then the whole thing would have been completely different. But go back to what I was getting at. I think the Studs are gonna be able to take this one down.
All right, I'm interested to see. I mean, I know from Armed Robbery, a couple guys like Mike Collard. Obviously, he's a veteran on the team. Mike, I always get his last name wrong. Batty Babungi. So I think that's how it is. I played with Mike. He's a good dude, great two-way guy, offense and defense. Daniel Spina, right? 9 touchdown receptions, almost 400 yards this season. Obviously, he's a big factor. I just can't see the Studs being able to slow down Armed Robbery the entire game.
Well, I do have to say, Mike has had a solid playoff push. He had a really good game versus Arias University. He went had 23 for 34, 200 yards and 5 TDs. So he didn't throw INT going to that game. That's kind of the reason why they won. But he's going to go in momentum. When you're not throwing any picks and your completion rate is over 60%, it's a good start going into a finals. But I'm still going to give it to the Studs just because the fact that they've knocked out so many better teams than Armed Robbery.
Right. I will say, so I agree with you. You're not wrong on that at all. I will say, though, for the Studs, so the leading receiver, at least receptions-wise, Philippe Jalina, he had a shoulder injury last. I don't know if he hurt his collarbone, but he was running and he fell down. He used his arm to stop his landing. And what happens sometimes is you have to dislocate your shoulder or you break your collarbone. He came out of the Studs game against Adam Malinoff's team. I'm drawing a blank. Snowden Dudley Deacons, pardon me. Yeah. I was keeping that game last night. Jalina had to come off for about 2 series. He checked himself back in. He tried to throw. It just didn't work. He checked himself back out. So, I mean, I'm hoping it was just maybe like a stinger or something, or maybe he's just a little sore and he woke up this morning. I hope he can play, because if not, that's a big loss.
Yeah, that's a huge loss for them if he's not going to be there. But I guess we're going to have to find out.
Yeah, we'll wait and see. So again, we have, like I said, Studs 2 taking on Armed Robbery. Pardon me. And that game will take place. That'll be this Sunday. So it'll be one of the early games at 1:15. So Sunday at 1:15 in Broussard, Armed Robbery and Studs 2 looking to go head to head to see who's going to win the Division E championship. All right, so we have our first guest here of the evening on tap. I can see that the man's chilling outside. Thank you, sir, for coming on. It is none other than Yvan Saloman. So I got to go through all your teams here. So you play for Still CRA. Play for Block Party. There's some other teams that wrote. Sorry?
Give me a second. Let me give me a second.
No problem. Right, so that kind of blew the surprise anyway. So it's Yvan Saloman, again from Block Party, Still CRA, Never Overtime, Yard Chasers, Nighthawks. Basically, he plays for a bunch of different teams in almost every single division here in FPF. I'm not sure how he affords that, but I mean, hey, if you can, why not, man? So, Yvan, welcome to the show, sir.
Welcome. Thank you for having me.
All right. So, a big night last night. I saw you in action. Your team laying a beat down on anything last night, 38-25. You were phenomenal in that game. You had 3 touchdown passes. You had 3 touchdown runs, including a 40-yarder late in the second half to kind of put the nail in the coffin to end the game. Describe your victory last night.
Man, it was really amazing. Je vais plus parler en français parce que je suis plus habitué à parler en français. Mais ouais, là, on était vraiment locked in Block Party hier. On sait que c'est les playoffs, c'est vraiment go big or go home. Donc, on a donné notre 100%. Justement, avant la game de Block Party, j'avais une game avec mon autre équipe de Quaysie 3, Yard Chasers. Et j'avais dit que, puisqu'on a perdu avec Yard Chasers, j'ai dit que j'allais pas venir à Boursa pour perdre 2 matchs de suite. Donc, J'ai vraiment tout donné dans le match de Block Party. Donc, c'est ça.
OK. What was it?
Hein?
Avec ton équipe Block Party, je veux ça. Chaque match, tu as beaucoup d'amis, beaucoup de fans. C'est la Saloman. Qu'est-ce qui se passe avec ça, man?
C'est the power of friendship. So, dès qu'il y a la foule, je trouve on joue toujours mieux, Block Party. Dès qu'il y a la foule qui nous cheer up, je trouve qu'on joue toujours mieux. On leur donne un show, puis tout le monde aime ça.
OK. C'est plus ou moins c'est comme un Block Party, mais dans les terrains. OK. Tu as beaucoup de playmakers, de joueurs d'impact sur ton équipe. Reginald Profit, Marc-Antoine Martin.
Yeah, we got Samora, we got Irlin. We have a lot of playmakers. Puis là, ça fait quelques années qu'on joue ensemble maintenant. Ça fait maintenant 3 ans, je pense, qu'on joue ensemble. Donc, il y a la chimie, entre nous.
OK. Et je veux pas parler dans ton première saison. C'est un petit peu c'est un struggle. Mais maintenant, 2 ans après, 3 ans après, tu es dans le final pour Quaysie. C'est quoi le chose, wow, c'est quoi la chose qui t'a changé avec ton équipe?
Ah, OK. Ben, au début, on avait beaucoup de struggle, comme tu dis. Je pense que c'était le manque de pratique. On se connaissait pas encore tous. Mais là, à force de jouer, là, on a fait plus de pratique entre nous. On, on sait à peu près, on sait c'est quoi les points forts, les points faibles de chacun d'entre nous. Puis chaque personne essaie de les combler. Et comme tu as dit, on a beaucoup de playmakers. Donc, les personnes vont rely un peu plus sur les playmakers pour leur donner confiance. Et lorsqu'ils c'est leur temps de shine, ben, ils vont shine.
Okay.
Brent, can I ask a question?
Yeah, you can.
So I'm going to say in English, you can respond in French. Is that okay? So how does it feel that you guys started this season? I think you guys finished the season 3-6-1 or 3-7.
3-7, yeah.
Yeah, 3-7. How does it feel? You guys finished season 3-7, and then you guys have a crazy game versus Kamikaze. You guys beat them 31-18, and then you guys play the number 1 seed Hibu. You guys blew them out 40-24, and then you guys played a great team Anything, and you win that game 38-25. So you won the last 3 games in double digits.
Yeah.
What's the feeling going in the championship right now?
Le feeling, I mean, c'est un Cinderella story. So, toute la saison, on n'a jamais vraiment joué avec notre roster au complet. On avait toujours des personnes qui manquaient. Donc, la chimie n'était pas là durant la saison. Mais là, pour les playoffs, tout le monde donne leur 100%. C'est go big or go home. On est les underdogs, on n'a rien à perdre techniquement. So, on fait juste, on donne notre 100% et l'équipe qui veut le plus, c'est qui va l'emporter. C'est vraiment ça.
Would you say you're surprised of the outcome? Like you guys are going to the finals, or you're just like,
no,
okay.
no, because I know what we are capable. Je sais de quoi on est capable. Je sais vraiment de quoi on est capable. Si j'avais des screenshots, je vous aurais montré quand j'écris dans le groupe que j'ai dit qu'on est capable de le faire. Il faut juste que tout le monde donne le 100%. Parce qu'on a gagné Quaysie 3 l'année passée. Quaysie 2, c'est à peu près la même affaire, c'est juste que ça joue un peu plus vite. That's it.
OK, nice.
OK. So, ce samedi soir, tu jouais contre Purple Blood. Purple Blood, c'est une équipe, pas la même chose que toi, mais il y a des choses comme toi, tu as un QB que tu bats les équipes avec ton bras, avec tes legs aussi. Mais tu jouais contre Steingberg. Steingberg est un joueur pas comme toi à 100%, mais he's a guy that has some of the same traits as you. He could beat teams, like I said, with his arm. He could beat teams with his legs too. How do you beat a strong team like Purple Blood?
Euh, on a joué contre Purple Blood cette saison. Ça a fini, je pense que ça a fini 22-19, quelque chose comme ça.
Ouais, exactement.
Comme tu as dit, Sanders, c'est un grand joueur. Mais pour leur prendre sa revanche cette fin de semaine. Et pour se préparer à jouer contre Purple Blood, je pense que, comme j'ai dit, on va devoir, du début à la fin, être vraiment locked in, essayer de bloquer un peu plus ses playmakers. On va essayer de lui donner le moins de runs que possible, le faire, le faire lancer des balles dans des tight windows et essayer de faire des interceptions. Écoute, je sais que le flag, c'est un jeu vraiment offensif. Donc, si tu arrives à avoir 2-3 stops, tu es supposé gagner la game. Donc, c'est sur ça que j'espère gagner la game en faisant deux stops.
Ok, ok. Tu joues aussi avec Still CRA. Tu
Et
as,
un
tu as une
5v5
chance
man.
pour. Yes, exactement. Tu as une chance contre les Géants pour acheter un autre championship. How do you think with Still CRA, what do you guys have to do to beat les Géants?
With still CRA, euh, on doit vraiment, jouer tight en défense. Parce qu'en offense, avec le Brad Ryan et nos playmakers, avec comme Niroche, je pense on va pouvoir marquer à presque chaque drive.
Mm-hmm.
Mais en défense, puisqu'on va jouer contre la meilleure équipe, on va vraiment devoir rendre la vie difficile au QB.
Okay, okay.
Donc, pour Steve CRH, ça va vraiment jouer jusqu'au dernier coup de sifflet, selon moi.
Okay, okay. Yeah, so just looking at the regular season, still Sierra, you guys beat Legion 26-0 week 4, and then they beat you guys by a score of 2 in week 6. So two big games. So you have Saturday, a block party championship at 2:30 with Legions against you guys still Sierra. If you're able to win championships, what does that mean to you personally?
Question?
Quand tu gagnes the 8 dimanche, what would that mean to you?
Ce serait vraiment un exploit pour moi, vraiment gagner samedi et dimanche. Ce serait vraiment un grand exploit. And I feel like je ferais un peu plus mon nom dans la ligue parce que je compte jouer dans la division 1 prochainement. Donc, ouais, je pense que ça pourrait vraiment m'aider à être un peu plus confiant, pour être un peu plus confiant en moi pour pouvoir savoir que je peux rivaliser avec les meilleurs de la ligue.
Ouais, je pense que ça commence avec quand tu gagnes des championships. It's a good thing to start with, you know?
Yeah.
Put your name on the map.
Really?
Si tu as besoin de jouer en Division 1, parlez avec Quaysie. They can hook you up.
All right.
All right, Yvan, I just want to say, man, thank you for coming on. We appreciate it. I hope my French wasn't too bad. Got to practice a bit more, obviously. Thanks for coming on, dude. Good luck. Again,
merci de m'avoir invité. J'apprécie vraiment.
Yeah, there you go. I appreciate it too, man. It's happy to see you and your team win last night. Again, block party. Again, like I said, I saw you guys since you first came into the league. Like I said earlier, there's a struggle. Always fans coming out, people coming out, and now to see you guys winning, it's an awesome thing. So I hope you guys can get the W with block party and with still CRA this weekend. Best of luck, my friend.
All right, thank you.
My brother, be good.
Hey.
All right, so that was Yvan Saloman, reigning defensive player of the year in co-ed 2, again with block party, again going for the win there and going for the win in 5v5 intermediate with still CRA.
He's fast. He's really fast.
Yeah.
He took off. He took off in some of his games when I was watching the co-ed, and I was just like, "Whoa!" I think he had 240 runs, and I was like, "Whoa, what's going on here?" I think he's the main reason why they won that game. his legs made a huge difference. So for Purple Blood, for Sanders, they're gonna have to make sure their rush is fast. They're gonna have to definitely send someone to contain him.
Oh, 100%, man. I mean, so I did this game with yard chasers as well. They lost. Their defense, actually speaking, of not being able to contain a rusher. They struggled to do that, which is why yard chasers did not make the finals, unfortunately for them. But yeah, that second half run late in the game, a 40-yard touchdown. He took that down the left sideline. He broke about 3 tackles in this. I thought he got tackled at like the 5. Now he ended up breaking that last tackle, getting into the end zone. Everyone that was watching, I was on another field, and everyone that was on my field that was watching, guys actually stopped running their routes to see that play happen.
Yeah, it was nice. Phenomenal. I was on the top of the stands and I saw it. It was good.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so we have another guest coming up. Speaking of players who are fast, guy with some speed to burn as well, as a rusher, as a quarterback. The main man himself, Jeremy Steingberg, is coming on to the show. Steingberg plays for the Snowden-Delhi Deacons, in Division D, 10-0, looking to complete their path to profession. And he also plays quarterback for Richter. So Richter, unfortunately, losing a little earlier in the playoffs in their division, but still has a chance to win a championship with the Snowden-Delhi Deacons in Division D. Jeremy Steingberg, 3-time All-Star. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thanks so much for having me. Good to see both of you.
All right. Thanks for coming on, man. So I scored kept your game last night against the Studs. You guys did a whooping on them, 45-26. The game actually didn't feel that close at all. You had 2 sacks in that blow of victory. Your quarterback, Adam Malinoff, he had a phenomenal game, throwing, I believe it was for 6 touchdowns. Guys up and down your entire lineup were making plays. So a great team victory for you guys. What does last night's win mean for you? And obviously getting a chance to play for a championship. What does that mean?
Yeah, so last night, I mean, it was very unfortunate because I know that their starting quarterback and their backup quarterback got hurt during the game. So I guess that kind of factored into why it wasn't so close towards the end. But shout out to the Studs for giving us for going on a good run. I know they're also in the championship in Div E, so good luck to them. But as far as what does it mean for us? So I think it's I know it's all of our first finals. I know some of the guys played FPF Junior, and so I'm just glad that we're back in the finals. I know it's my first finals, and I'm really looking forward to it. And we had a great season, but finals, the playoffs are a whole different season. So the fact that we were able to stay strong and had some tough games for sure along the way, but very happy with what we've done so far. But job's not finished, and we hope to get it done on Saturday.
All right. Well, speaking of Saturday, you guys are playing Rick and Marty, one of the top teams in Division D. Obviously, captain of that team is Marty Freeman. A lot of veterans on that team. Obviously, Freeman, there's Noah Groper, Coreyson Robinson, Jadaridi. Guys have been in the league for a very long time. I have a couple of championships under their belt. What do you guys think you need to do to get the W versus Rick and Marty?
Well, they're the second place team for a reason. They're definitely a tough team, and they've shown that all season that they can be very dominant on both sides of the ball. I know I wasn't there to watch their semifinal game, but I know they won pretty handedly against FBIFC. I love those guys, and they're a great team too. So that just shows how good of a team that they are, and it'll be a tough test. And I don't think we're not taking this game for granted at all, because we know how good they are, but we also know how good we can be. So it's just about showing up and playing our game, and I'm pretty confident that we can get it done. As long as we play like we played all season, really.
Okay. Quaysie, you want to hop in there?
Yeah. So you guys finished the season 10-0, and then you guys pretty much going to the playoffs. You pretty much born ready. You guys beat them by 25. Levier Lennox was closer, 39-32, and then you guys played the Studs, where you guys won by double digits as well. So going, I feel like you guys had a pretty easy, not easy path, but you guys, it seemed like it was, you didn't really have any challenges going into this playoffs. A team like Rick and Marty, since you guys can play them, I kind of seen them play. They look pretty good. Is there, do you guys feel like you have any pressure? Because I feel like this year you guys went 10. Well, you guys are technically 13-0 right now, like 13 wins, 0 losses. Is there any pressure going into this last final game, like having to think in the back of your head, like, oh, we could go 14-0. We could be one of the pretty much not. I don't know how many FPF teams done it, but there's not many that have had a perfect season, and also won a championship.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say there's really been pressure at every game. I know I know it looks like it's been an easy run, and I'm glad we've been able to kind of showcase that. But there's definitely been in the locker room and pre-game, just warming up. There's always been pressure before every game. We're hyping each other up. We're ready to go. We're not taking anyone for granted. We're lucky and we made it to the top seed, so we've been playing the lowest seed every single time. But every single time we've just been not taking them for granted. And I know Born Ready was actually a close game towards the start. Unfortunately, I know their quarterback hurt his eye in the second half, so kind of made things a little easier. And then against Via Lynx, they were a very, very tough team. And I know they scored an onside kick touchdown, and that had us a little nervous. So definitely there's been some pressure, and I don't think we don't really think about kind of what we've done in the season, because the only thing that matters is winning on Saturday. And that's kind of what we're all kind of, we win this, we get to play again. We win this, we get to play again. And we win this, we get to play in the finals. So, and if we win the finals, that's what it's all about. So that's what we're looking forward to. I know we're very excited about it. We were talking in the group chat today, and yeah, we can't wait.
Nice.
Okay. So I'd ask you, so obviously this season, right, you played in Division E with Richter, but you played quarterback. You had a pretty respectable year as a quarterback, almost 30 touchdown passes. Fortunately, the playoffs didn't go how you wanted it to go, but I mean, it's a good start at least for that team. Obviously, again, with Snowden Deli Deacons, chance to win the championship. I'm just looking at your stats. So again, like I said, you played some quarterback. You had 14 sacks this year in Division D with Snowden Deli Deacons. In the winter season, so I'm just looking at your stats again. You had 16 sacks. One team, you had 13 sacks. You had 22 in the fall season, this past fall. But then I look at your offensive output outside of playing quarterback. You played a bit of receiver too. So in the winter season, with all the teams you played on, you had a combined 23 touchdown receptions. So my question to you is, A, how come you're not playing a little bit of receiver with the Snowden Deli Deacons? And what is your favorite position to play out of all the ones you've played so far in FPF?
Well, I would say, to answer your first question, say the reason why is just because I guess both questions kind of relate to each other, because, well, I'm the rusher for Snowden Deli, and we have some great weapons on offense. All of our receivers are absolute studs and playmakers. So I don't feel like, there's no really need, Maule doesn't really need me. He's an amazing quarterback and he has weapons all across the board. So I guess, and I'd rather save my energy for rushing, because I know that I could really be a difference maker in that position. And but yeah, my favorite position obviously is rushing. I started off in FPF winter 2023, my first season ever in Division 5B with Team Sexy, rushing right out of the gate, and I loved it immediately. I know my brother Jonathan, he played FPF before I did, and saw him having success at rusher, and thought, this looks pretty fun. So I was happy to get the call to play for Team Sexy and start rushing. And since then, I fell in love with it, and I'm rushing on multiple different teams, and trying different positions as well, and having a blast all around. But definitely rushing is my first love, and when it comes to FPF, it's definitely my favorite position.
Okay, I could say as someone that's played in this league for a long time, I think Quaysie could vouch for it as well. Guys I find that are newer to the league, 'cause, I mean, you've been in the league since 2023, since the winter season of 2023, as you mentioned with Team Sexy. I think as guys get a couple more years under their belts, and ladies as well, they start evolving where they don't want to just rush. They're playing other positions. I guess that's maybe kind of what you're doing, playing quarterback in Division E. Just again, sticking with that quarterback position for a second. How was that like for you? Obviously, it's your first time playing quarterback full time. How was the experience like?
Yeah, it's a completely different game. I know I started a team in fall 2024, Mean Machines. That was kind of my first look at quarterback, and it's different. It's really, really different. It is so tough. I know rushing, I've been on both sides, so it kind of helped being quarterback, having that rushing experience, knowing what the rusher is thinking, and honestly, knowing that I shouldn't be thinking about the rusher, because I know as a quarterback, if I'm thinking about the rusher, then I'm already at a disadvantage. but no, being quarterback, it's so different, and I'm very lucky on Richter to have a lot of guys to like help me coach me through it. I know Scott Binns is an experienced FPF player. He's my snapper, so just talking with him, before the game, after the game, and during the game, he's helping me, see the field a little bit better. All my receivers really, but it's been a lot of fun, and I hope to continue playing. I will be continuing to play quarterback for Richter in the fall in Tier 4. But yeah, it's definitely a lot of fun, and but of course, rushing is truly where my heart is. But I hope to keep improving at quarterback.
Yeah, you're one for rushing, because I used to rush too when I first started, and I said I can't rush anymore. It's not for me. So shout out to you, because I know a lot of teams are looking for rushers. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to find someone that's just gonna, hey, can you rush? It's like, yeah. I always get surprised when you ask someone like, hey, can you rush? You're like, yeah, I'm down to rush. I'm just like, okay, because we need rushers.
Yeah, I mean, because that's where, and part of the reason why I love it is because like no one, like I don't understand why all my friends think I'm crazy for loving rushing so much, and when they give it a shot, they're just like, okay, you can go back to rushing. But
yeah, there's not a lot of people that like the rush. So
yeah, I love it.
Hopefully you have that love for rushing for a while.
Yeah, I so far still strong. I'll keep you posted.
All right. Just a little veteran advice. So when you start playing in other teams, if they're asking you just to rush, ask for a reduce in payment. Like, I'm not paying as much as everybody else if I'm only rushing.
I know teams that won't even charge you to if you want to.
Yeah, 100%.
Rush, right? No charge. No charge.
It's the first time I'm hearing about that, so I'll keep that in the back of my head though.
Not your boys. Not your boys.
I have a question for you. So I see that you don't have a championship. For some reason, I thought you won a championship in junior, but you didn't. So if you guys end up sealing the deal here and winning your first FPF championship, what's it going to mean for you?
Yeah, I mean, I never played FPF Junior. I kind of wish I did. I was late to the game, but yeah. So I've never won a championship. This would definitely mean a lot, because there's always been friendly competition, I guess, in my own household with my brother Jonathan, who, doesn't have the All-Stars. But whenever we talk about FPF, he's like, yeah, but where's your championship? And so hopefully I can get that. But it'll mean a lot for all of us, really. I know Sam, who has been playing, Sam Anastopoulos, also on Stone and Daily Degens with me. He's never won a championship either. And so if we can get it done together, that would definitely mean a lot, because I've been playing with him since I started.
Okay, yeah. So my fault on that. That was 2000, and you started in winter 2023.
2023.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So there's been a few. This is actually the first time I've ever played in a semifinal game.
Oh wow.
So I've been haven't had too much playoff success. So I'm glad to finally improve on that. But getting a championship would definitely mean a lot.
Okay. And quickly, last question before we get you out of here. Two questions quickly. So you mentioned Sam Anastopoulos, so he plays on my team as well. I tried to get him in his first championship. Unfortunately, my team fell short. We're not as good as you guys in Division C. Just talk about quickly some of the other guys on your team, because I feel like there's a lot of guys like Lewis Epstein, Matthew Fixman, Evan Shivak, a lot of guys. We talk about Alan Malinoff a lot because, again, great receiver, great quarterback. But so who are some of the other guys on your team who don't get as much notoriety that you think are really kind of coming into their own as impact players, besides yourself, of course?
Well, I think a name that I don't think I've heard. We've obviously heard Sam. He's played a lot, and and Shivek and Lewis, obviously, all stars. Unfortunately, I don't think Lewis was an all-star this time around, but definitely deserving of one. I think Matthew Leutner is a guy that whose name you don't hear too often, but he's kind of an interception machine. He's kind of lately it's been kind of one or two a game, and it's just consistent, production on defense where it really stands out. And it's just because I think about that, because just like I'm rushing, and then it seems like more often than not I'm turning around and I'm seeing him get an interception. He's kind of always very reliable defender, and also very reliable receiver. I know he had a clutch touchdown that the rusher tipped it, and then he caught a touchdown. That was pretty cool to see. And also, he's just very, very safe hands, very great route running, and very solid defensively. I think that's a name you don't hear too often, and he's definitely a key player on our team.
Yeah, I can see it on the stats. He's gotten 2 interceptions in versus Born Ready, 1 versus Veer, and one versus Studs. And Studs, he got a pick 6, and against Born Ready, he had a pick 6 too. So that's
so it's definitely showing up when it matters.
Yeah, 4 INTs in his last 3 games. So basically 3 games in a row. He has at least 1 INT.
Yeah.
So good observation right there. 100%. And finally, last question. How do you guys beat Rick and Marty this weekend?
I mean, I know our offense will do their thing. I've full faith in Malinoff and the guys to get it done. I think where the difference is our defense. I know I'm going to do my best to put pressure on their quarterback, and I know that Groper's a great receiver of the year, I believe, in our division. So definitely got to keep an eye out for him. And also they have, they don't get to the finals with only having one guy. So we got to keep a watch out for their other weapons. But I think we played super well all season. I think we have the guys, we have the talent to win. We just got to go out and play our game, play the way we played all season. I know there's nothing I could really tell you specifically that we have to do and then we'll win. But I know we can win just by playing like we played all season and doing our job both offensively and defensively. It's every guy's got to do their part. I'll do my best at rusher, and I know the other guys will come through in the big game.
All right. Well, listen, best of luck to you guys. This coming Saturday, 6:15, you guys against Rick and Marty for the championship for Division D in Brossard. Best of luck to you guys, and Quaysie and I will definitely be in the building checking out your game. So see what happens, and again, best of luck.
Thanks so much for having me. See you there.
Yeah, thanks for coming on. Appreciate it. All right, so that was Jeremy Steingberg again of Snowden Deli Deegans, again, Division D, taking on Rick and Marty. Snowden Deli Deegans looking to make it a perfect season as it looks to go. I believe 14-0, like you were saying. So 13-0 right now. Can they make it 14? We'll find out. Speaking of championship, we have another person going for a championship of their own. It is Stella Jean-Georges of Ice Cold. She'll be playing for the Women's A Championship. She'll be on your screen in just a few seconds. I've had a chance to watch Stella a lot of her games the last couple of seasons. Formerly playing with the IG team, playing with LDN, Les Lubes, but of course right now, like I said, playing for Ice Cold and Women's A as they look to take on and to beat Matrix this coming weekend. It's going to be a fantastic game. Make sure to check it out. It's the top division for the ladies in Women's A. Stella Jean-Georges, welcome to the show. Bienvenue.
Hi, thank you for having me.
How you doing?
I'm good, and y'all?
I'm good. We're good. We're happy. We're thankful you're on the show.
Yeah.
So like I said, sorry, my bad. Big game coming up this weekend for the ladies' title. It is going to be you guys taking on the Matrix. Obviously, so a big game. What you guys had a big victory the other night. So let me start off with that first. You guys had a big victory. You knocked off Sub-Zero. I was there for that one two Sundays ago down in Brossard. You knocked off the powerhouse that is Sub-Zero, 34-22. If we just go back to that game for a second, c'est quoi les sentiments avec toi, avec nos équipes après le match?
Oh, sorry, just repeat.
Anyways, okay, so what you want me to say in French or English?
Yes, French, but I can
sure.
really like.
Ok, no worries. Okay, so c'est quoi les sentiments avec toi et avec ton équipe après le match contre Sub-Zero dans les semi-finales?
On était vraiment fiers, dans le fond, gagner contre Sub-Zero. C'est une grosse équipe quand même. Donc, on était vraiment fiers. On a bien exécuté nos plays en offense. Puis la defense aussi, ils ont bien fait ça. Donc, on était quand même contents.
OK. So, de jouer contre Matrix, le match, je pense que c'est dimanche à 12h. So, c'est le premier match de dimanche. C'est de jouer contre Matrix. Dans la saison régulière, de jouer contre Matrix, et Matrix ont gagné le match, je pense que c'est... Matrix a gagné 33-27. What did you learn from that first game against Matrix?
Dans cette game-là, j'étais pas présente, mais je sais qu'on avait fait beaucoup d'erreurs, des filles, de qu'est-ce qu'on discutait et tout. On a fait quelques erreurs en offense. C'est peut-être l'exécution qui n'était pas là. Mais tu sais, après les pratiques qu'on a fait, je pense que tu sais, pour la fin de semaine, on est prête à jouer contre elle.
Okay. Est-ce que tu es sûr que tu n'es pas présent pour ce match parce que je regarde les stats. Tu as
Ah,
9 réceptions pour tout toucher.
ah, bon, je me rappelle pas trop, mais je sais que j'ai manqué quelques matchs, mais pour ce match-là, je n'étais pas sûre.
Okay, cool. No, no problem. Okay. Okay, so dimanche, ça c'est le deuxième match contre Matrix. Tu as une équipe avec des vétérans comme Athena Ryan, ton carrière, mais tu as un petit peu de joueurs comme son premier et son deuxième année comme Ashley Longin, Maria Manseri. Ton équipe, est-ce que parlez de ton équipe. C'est quoi le secret sauce de ton équipe? C'est quoi le chose qui est
Ben,
tes matchs pour ton équipe?
le truc on est reconnu pour, dans le fond, dans l'équipe, ben pas reconnu, mais je dirais qu'il ressort beaucoup, c'est qu'on a beaucoup de talent. Donc, tu sais, comme tu as dit, on a beaucoup de filles qui sortent soit de l'Uni, du Cégep, puis de bonnes équipes. Donc, c'est vraiment beaucoup de talent qu'on a individuellement, que ce soit en offense, en defense aussi. Donc, tu sais, c'est quand même ça qui prône dans notre équipe, là. Puis on vient justement d'un peu partout. Donc, c'est comme un mix de plusieurs teams.
OK. Et toi, tu cherches ton premier championship. Tu jouais, I said this before you came out, tu jouais avec LDN, tu jouais avec les Luz, tu jouais avec Jean-Zé Alexis et les frères Alexis pour la IG team. Avec beaucoup de ton expérience, like with all your experience, who are some of the players in FPF, female and male, that you kind of go to for like advice or go to support?
Ben, pour co-ed, si je peux dire ça comme ça, pour un co-ed garçon, ça serait vraiment Jean-Jean, parce que, tu sais, c'est mon QB, donc c'est avec lui que je peux voir, OK, tu sais, m'ajuster selon lui, puis lui, tu sais, il me donne des advice sur le play ou même outside des games, tu sais, pour savoir des trucs que je peux m'améliorer dans le fond. Donc, je dirais Jean-Jean. Puis, au niveau des filles, j'ai Noum, donc Noémie Oman, que elle, c'est, dans le fond, c'est ma coéquipière de l'Université de Montréal. Puis, elle joue avec moi aussi à IG Team. Puis, tu sais, on a quand même une bonne connexion, puis elle me donne quand même des advice, tu sais, quelquefois. Puis sinon, il y a Athéna, ma QB de Ice Cold, que, of course, tu sais, on se parle tout le temps en game. Tu sais, elle aime ça, les trucs qui soient précis. Donc, tu sais, si jamais on fait pas une erreur, mais tu sais, un truc qui la plaisait pas, ben, elle va nous le dire pour nous corriger, puis tu sais, nous donner plus d'advice pour être meilleur pour la prochaine fois.
OK. Tu commences en FPF en 2024. How did you find out about the league? Like, why did you join FPF?
Ben, dans le temps, j'étais avec Montmorency, je jouais au flag football, puis je venais de commencer, là. Pas en 2024, mais tu sais, j'étais encore fresh dans le flag football. Puis c'était vraiment, je cherchais quelque chose. Dans le fond, je cherchais du temps de flag football à faire en dehors du cégep, parce que notre off-season, c'était genre l'hiver. Puis au cégep, c'est plus slow, OK? Puis je voulais quand même bouger, tu sais, continuer à bouger, continuer à faire du sport. Donc, je recherchais un peu partout pour savoir est-ce qu'il y avait des ligues, est-ce qu'il y avait des équipes, dans le fond, qu'on pouvait, tu sais, jouer pour le fun et tout. C'est là que je suis tombée sur FPF, on m'en a parlé. Puis j'avais des amis aussi qui jouaient dans certaines équipes, entre autres justement IG Team. Donc, c'est avec eux que j'ai commencé.
OK. Quand je veux like when I watch you play, quand je veux te jouer, tu as beaucoup de vitesse, tu as beaucoup d'agilité. Tu joué receiver, tu joué defensive back, un petit peu de rusher aussi. C'est quoi ton position favorite en FPF?
Ma position favorite, c'est receveuse, of course, parce que tu sais, j'aime attraper des balles, j'aime courir. Comme moi, j'aime ça dire ça aux gens, là. I like to run. Comme c'est
OK.
vraiment ça que j'aime. Tu sais, faire des moves et tout ça. Donc, tu sais, c'est aussi mon main position au cégep. Puis à l'université, ça va être ça, hopefully, ou tu sais, rusher. Puis si j'aurais une deuxième position, ben ça serait rusher.
Okay, okay. You have 62 touchdowns, 62 touchés, et 29 sacks. So obviously, receiver and rusher, you're doing something really good. How are you, again, like I said, your ta première saison, c'est en l'hiver 2024. There's not a lot of time that you've been playing. Like you're still kind of fresh, like you're saying, to football, at least FPF. How are you so good so quickly?
I don't know. That's a good question. I don't know. I think that that's actually a good question. I don't know. I mean, I'm fast. I practice sometimes, so I guess, I don't know. I guess it's just a talent. I don't know.
I have
Okay, listen, go for
I
it.
have
I
a
was gonna say
question.
whatever you're doing, keep on doing it.
So I'm gonna say in English and hopefully you understand. But
Yeah.
so à un moment ci tu joues à 7 contre 7, right? So c'est
Yes.
kick-off, tout ça. En FPF, ouais, puis la taille c'est plus grande. En FPF, tu joues 55 maintenant, so la taille c'est plus small, plus petite.
Mhm.
What do you prefer? What do you like playing? 5-on-5 or 7-on-7 outdoors?
Ben avant, je dirais que ça serait le 7 contre 7 parce que, tu sais, j'ai beaucoup plus d'espace pour courir. Mais là, tu sais, je me suis habituée petit à petit à 6 contre 6, 5 contre 5. Donc maintenant, je dirais vraiment 5 contre 5. Juste parce que, tu sais, je trouve que c'était un défi de plus. Tu sais, calculer vraiment mes tracés pour que je sois vraiment sharp dans où je dois atterrir pour ma QB, etc. Donc, c'est vraiment beaucoup de calculs. Donc, je trouve que c'est quand même un défi de plus. Puis c'est ça que j'aime.
OK, ouais. Que c'est pas comme speed. It's all, like, je pense en 7 on 7, c'est comme speed gets you so far. And then on 5-on-5, you actually have to use route running, catching abilities all put together.
Exactly. Exactly. Donc, c'est vraiment ça que j'aime. C'est vraiment la combinaison de tout ça qui fait en sorte que je préfère 55.
Okay.
Okay, sorry. So what happened? We had a little technology, little glitch disconnection. So if you could just repeat the answer. So like when I asked like how big of a role do you think Athena will play in the game on Sunday?
Yeah, so like I said, it's really c'est l'exécution puis la précision des passes parce que tu sais, Matrix, c'est une bonne équipe au niveau defense et offense, of course. Mais vraiment, tu sais, pour qu'on puisse beat la defense, si je veux dire ça comme ça, c'est vraiment l'exécution que nous, on doit faire pour pouvoir permettre à Athena de lancer au bon moment. Puis c'est ça.
Okay, and going from your offense to your defense, obviously Elizabeth Ashkar, quarterback from Matrix, you've been one of the top quarterbacks in the division. Abigail Perot, one of the top receivers, along with players like Justine Cote and Frederic Tardif. How does your defense slow down the Matrix offense?
Ben, je pense que pour la defense, c'est vraiment savoir chaque personne son rôle. Aussi la communication, c'est vraiment la key d'une défense, là, vraiment pouvoir communiquer pour pouvoir stop l'offense. Donc, c'est vraiment quelque chose qu'on maîtrise bien au niveau de defense. Donc, ça, je ne m'inquiète vraiment pas pour la defense. Donc, c'est ça.
Okay, and final question, at least for me, is quand est-ce qu'on a gagné dimanche? Est-ce que tu penses que tu commences une dynasty pour Ice Cold comme Cayenne ou comme Sub-Zero?
Je pense que oui, là, comme j'ai dit, on est une bonne équipe, puis c'est la première fois qu'on s'inscrit FPF, donc si on gagne, I will be happy, puis oui, ça serait une nouvelle ère.
Nice.
Yeah, it's true though.
Okay, hey, listen,
That's right.
Turco, you have anything crazy?
No, she's true. Okay, to win a Division A, to win a women's division championship in the highest division, you're playing versus the best athletes, right? So for Ice Cold to kind of come in as a new team and have a decent season, regular season, and come in the playoffs, make some noise, and they can win a finals. Even if you guys don't win a finals, you got your name out there as well, right? So best of luck for the finals. But it's nice to see a new team. It's especially so many athletes you guys have. You're able to put everyone together compared to you guys kind of like trying to find a team here and there. Because I know the hardest thing to do is to find a team to go play with like Cayenne, Sub-Zero, Matrix. So the fact that you guys are able to build a team and get a bunch of athletes together, it's nice to see.
Yes, exactly.
All right, so I just want to say Stella. So my bad. So I know on your jersey, I think it's Stella the G. That's what it says on the back of your jersey.
The Don.
The Don. So my bad. My bad. Stella the Don. Actually, Stella the Don. So Stella the Don, I just want to say thank you very much for coming on to the show. I hope my French and Quaysie's French wasn't too bad. We're okay.
It was good. It was good.
Thanks. Appreciate that. I appreciate that. I'm trying. Best of luck to you and the ladies on Sunday against Matrix. We'll definitely be at that game for sure. We'll come check you guys out on the field before you ladies play. Have a good rest of your day, and thank you for doing this. Really appreciate it.
Merci beaucoup à vous de m'avoir invité. It was nice.
Thank you. Merci à vous.
All right, bye.
Be good. All right, so that was Stella Jean Georges, Stella the Don, if you will. Thanks for coming on to the show again. Her team, Ice Cold, taking on Matrix Sunday. The first game on Sunday to be 12 noon in Brissard, so make sure to go check that out and support the ladies in the Women's A final. Yeah, we have, and of course, Ali Reza with Mirror Productions will be doing everything for the finals. He'll be recording everything, have the live stream on YouTube, the Insta replay. Shout out to Ali Reza. We have another special lady coming on to the show, a friend of the program, a scorekeeper as well in FPF. I'm going to reveal her in a second. I know she's just kind of fixing up her stuff, and I got to wait for Ali Reza to tell me to stop talking so we can introduce her. Or Quaysie, or do you... Okay, sure. So,
all right.
Okay, so.
I'll do it. Sorry.
No. All right, my bad. All right, so we have again, friend of the show, scorekeeper, solid stand-up person, Emma Townsend, Asselin. My bad for brutalizing that. Emma Townsend-Asselin of Chaos. Chaos will be part of the Women's B Championship game this coming weekend. They were taking on Supernova. That will be Sunday, 8:45 in Brissard. So make sure to come check that out. Emma, welcome to the show.
Hi, can you guys hear me?
Yep.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
How are you guys?
All right. I'm good. How you doing?
I'm good.
All right. So this is something. So I gotta say I'm a little offended. I tried to get you to come on the podcast like in the winter season, and you're like, I don't really watch the podcast. I was like, really? I was like, come on now. Quaysie asked you, and right away you're on the show.
Well, to be honest, when you had asked me about it, I was worried it was going to be a lot of questions about other divisions that I don't know much about. And I actually had the time this week, so it just worked out well.
Okay. I mean, we're not going to ask you about divisions. How do you feel about men's F? Like 6 on 6? You don't play 6 on 6.
All my best buddies, I know everything.
Well, there you go. At least you're scorekeeping now, so you do know a bit.
Yeah.
A little bit. I didn't get that much F this season, though.
Okay.
All right, we're just joking around. Okay, so like at the top, obviously big game. You and Chaos, veteran squad, obviously taking on Supernova for the right to be called Division B, the Women's B, champs. Again, this coming Sunday, you guys locked horns with Supernova back in week 3, and I think like a baseball or a hockey game broke out as they beat you guys 9-8. I mean, that's not a score you see every day, but defense wins, and unfortunately for you guys, 1 point short. What do you remember about that week 3 game against in overtime against Supernova?
What I remember is kind of going into that game, I knew that Supernova was a different roster than the team that we had played 2 years ago. I don't know if you guys remember, we had faced them in finals.
Yeah, they had a different quarterback too, I believe.
Yeah, and a lot of the girls were it was a completely different roster. I think there's like 2 or 3 of the same girls, and then the rest was all different. I knew a few names, but I also knew that it was going to be a different team to learn how to play against. And going into this season, we had also brought in a couple of new girls, and I knew that game I was going to kind of position people a little everywhere. Like we brought in Phoebe, we brought in Gab Poisson, and I knew I wanted to kind of try them a little bit in different places on the field to see what would work best. I feel like beginning of season is the time to do that. So I wasn't that surprised that the score had ended that way. It wasn't like a big upset loss, at least for me personally, because I knew we were trying a lot of changes on the team, which can affect momentum, you know. That's pretty much it. Like, we didn't have a chance to get our offensive drives going, and defensive we were like not connecting like super well because of all the constant changes. And then I remember the second game against them was very different compared to the first one too.
Yeah, well, that game, I think that finished 20-24, I want to say.
Yeah, I think it was.
Yeah, 24-20. I think you guys had the last drive too, where you guys didn't have scoring. Because I was at that game. I was in Laval. Pretty sure I was watching.
Yeah.
But okay, so going into how you guys got to the finals, you guys played Dream Killers. You guys won 60-6. So you guys had a statement game there, and then you guys played Kibu, where you guys won 18-14, which it seems like it was a pretty close game. It seems like it was a pretty close game, and Kibu finished the number 1 seed. So going into the finals now, do you think that brought you guys like some confidence, knocking out the number 1 seed and playing the number 3 seed? Do you think that kind of like it's a confidence builder going into the finals now?
I think less speaking about where the teams ended up, because I find in women's, like, it means absolutely nothing. A 6 seed team can win as much as the first seed team can win.
True. Okay, yeah.
I think it's more like our own personal performance, how we've been doing on defense, how we've been doing on offense. I think the way we've been playing during playoffs has been more consistent. On defense, for example, we've had way better communication. Like, our plays are just kind of flowing the way they should be. And I think that's giving us a lot of confidence for finals. But I remember when I had found out we were playing Ibu in semis, I think it was Jeff who had made a comment. He was like, that is the actual championship game, because we've played Ibu so many times in the past. We played them in, what was it? Was it spring last year? I think we also went and played them in the finals and lost against them, I think.
Okay. Yeah, that's true, yeah.
Yeah, so like there's a lot of head-to-head. There's a lot of like them beating us beating them in regular season. It's like you never know how the game's going to go against them. So for semis, I was like a bit more nervous. I was like, are we going to be able to keep going the way we're going? Are we going to, show up to the game too stressed, too tense, and then kind of ruin it? And the game was very tight. I think I had actually watched part of the podcast this time, Brent. You'll be happy to hear.
Hey, all right, nice.
And I think it was either last episode or the one before, when you were talking about our game. It's like, you can also just go look at it now. I think it was, we had scored in the first half, but not the second half. Like all of our points, I think, were first half.
All your points were in the first half, I believe.
Yeah. So like that was a very defensive game. I remember I didn't play offense that much. I kind of left Phoebe as a wide, because she's fast, she's tall, she's getting there. I was like, I need to be more on defense right now, so I prioritized that. Left Phoebe on offense, and on defense, I remember it was working, so we're not going to change anything right now. And like turnovers, kind of, especially second half, trying to make up for the lack of points we were putting up.
Yeah.
Like, just because you put up 18 points in the first half does not mean you're winning the game. Anything can change. So second half was like kind of nerve-wracking. I was worried that any second something had happened and they could win, especially on their last they had the last 2 plays of the game, I think.
Okay.
But yeah, like, it was a tight game. It was a satisfying win. I can't speak that much for offense because I wasn't on the field too much, but on defense I was like really, really proud of like how it was working. I was super proud of my teammates, and I let them know after. I was like, that is how our defense should have been ran all season long. Like it was like we made very minimal mistakes. We had great communication. People understood where they needed to be. There wasn't like delayed reactions. Everything went really well.
Okay, nice.
Brent, you have another question?
Let me ask you for a second. Yeah. So let me ask you. So you talked earlier, right, about some of the new players you added on to the team. Obviously, Phoebe Gervais, one of the players you talked about, Gabriel Poisson as well. Obviously, you guys lost Rochelle this year. Rochelle going to play with Sub-Zero and Women's A, but you still have a lot of your core, right? Like yourself, obviously, Zoe Long, Lemise, of course. Shout out to Lemise, Gigi, Allison, obviously your quarterback, Allison Sobel. So Marilyn Cesar, right? So a lot of the core players are still there. But just talk quickly. I know you touched on it a little bit earlier, but like some of these new players that you're adding right onto the team, what are some of the I guess different things that they've brought this year to your squad?
When you say different, do you mean like things that we've learned from them, or do you just mean
or just in general? Like what are they bringing? Like what
do they do to help you guys get to where you are right now? I think that's
okay. Well, I can like start by speaking on Gabrielle Poisson. I remember we had I don't remember who had recruited her. Might have been Lemise. I don't remember, but I knew her name already because I had played against her in Co-Ed 1. And I knew she was a really, really strong defensive player. So when I heard her name and like someone had saying, oh, she's going to come play with us, I'm like, perfect. She'll be a unit that we need on defense, especially after Rochelle going to play with Sub-Zero. I was like, we need like, our defense needs to be strong. Especially since Rochelle was the one like calling defense a lot and everything. Like I didn't know how the season was going to go. So Gab, like same thing, beginning of the season, we were kind of like placing her on each side, seeing because the way we like, I'm not gonna speak about how we run our defense, but for like the two sides that you're on, finding out who you communicate better with. Gab, I found out, is like extremely good at shooting on the shorts. So like we can often put her like left side, right side, having her switch like, you know, shooting center, shooting short outs, whatever. She's quick to see those. Usually when there's like a quick 2-yard out or a small hook, like whoever's catching the ball is not going to get many yards after that. She's shooting as soon as she sees it.
So she's good at defense.
She's very good at defense, and she doesn't like, I think a bad habit that a lot of people have, including myself, is when you're put on a defensive position and you're in charge of watching the shorts, you always kind of back up because you're worried about the deeps. And you have to remember that like your teammates are there. I don't find she does that very much. Like maybe once or twice she'll be like, oh, sorry, like I backed up too much. But it's not like her first instinct is to stay aggressive on those. And she's like, you know, rare miss flag. She's quick on the short. So when you're a player who's going to go deep, having your teammate who's on your side, watching the sort that you can trust, that you know are not going to back up with you or they're not going to cheat a bit. Like they know their position, they stay there, and they keep the defense strong.
So she's trustable. Like you're able to trust her to do her job. Okay.
Yeah. And then Phoebe, I think it was Gab and Phoebe are two newest players who I never played with us before. We had like a couple of subs in the season. But like full-time Phoebe, who's Leo's daughter, obviously everyone knows. You know, she's very young, she's still learning everything, but she's super open to like critique, to tips and everything. Like she's learning how to play with a completely different group of girls. And I know she plays on multiple teams, so you know, she was quick to adapt with us. We were quick to place her on offense on a specific side that works well. She knows how to run her routes. She's fast, and when she gets the ball, there's no like stop and hesitation. She's just going straight around, getting our yards, getting us the downs we need. And I can trust her on offense when I'm playing more on defense, which is like I kind of have a hard time sometimes. I don't know who to put there, and also who Ali is gonna kind of work well with on offense. But I think Phoebe also having a bit of height over people puts her at an advantage, being in the wide receiver position, and I can trust her on offense, especially for the deep routes.
Okay, so you guys added two studs.
Yeah, I think they really helped our team. It really helped our momentum this season. We were a lot of girls, which was it's a bit to manage at times because we're used to kind of playing with like 6-7 girls. But I think overall, like it's really helped our team.
Okay. Just want to ask you. So sticking with Chaos, obviously, a lot of you played at Vanier, formerly going under the name Red Nation. I know we talked about this in the winter season. Yeah. You guys electing this year to switch over from Red Nation to Chaos, brand new name, brand new jerseys, which you told me you designed, which look fabulous, by the way.
Thank you.
To talk about the decision to go from Red Nation to Chaos.
Yeah. So there was like 2 main reasons we had switched. So Red Nation, the name and the team was created before I had even joined. I'm pretty sure it was Lamise who had started it, and it started out as like a bunch of Vanier alumni. So it was like a bunch of girls who had played, who had Tara coach. Well, I call her Coach T, but who were all coached by Tara at Vanier. So it was a bunch of different girls from different years. Some of them who didn't even know each other, who created a team. I ended up joining a bit later on. I think maybe a year and a half after the team might have been created, something along the lines of that. But there was a lot of changes throughout the team. We had like Gigi, who we called our honorary member because she didn't play at Vanier, but we're like, she's too good, she's got to stay on the team. So before, that was like the joke. It's like it's all Vanier alumni plus Gigi. And then like there was a lot of other players. Kind of, I think some people had asked to join the team. It was like sort of becoming less about being an alumni and more just about who we were as a team. And especially like in the winter season, even like last winter 2024 or spring 2024 was the first season Noemi had come to play with us. Not a Vanier alumni. And I'm like, we were talking about it. We would have like our girls' nights outside of Flag. We were like kind of deviating a bit from Red Nation. Personally, I didn't like the name. I found it like it can be a bit controversial depending on how you look at it. Kind of like what's the other? There's another sports team and they had like a controversial name a little bit.
The Redmen.
Yeah. To me, it was just a bit too close. We were talking about it, and that's a point that I brought up. I'm like, I'm not crazy about the name.
Fair enough.
So it started out actually with us just wanting new jerseys because half of our jerseys were falling apart. We had holes in them, numbers peeling off. Gigi's got ripped up the entire side. So we're like, well, if we're going to be putting in an order for new jerseys and going like kind of, fancier, we were looking into buying through Sportira. Because I know the quality is good and I know that the way they print their designs, it comes out like pretty clean. So we're like, well, if we're gonna kind of splurge, get new jerseys, should we change the name? So then we were like at one of our dinners kind of just talking about like possible names, and we were like everyone kind of just giving a name, and we were like, what are we, what do we represent when we're on the field? What are words you think about when you look at Red Nation? And one of the words that came up was chaotic because we're kind of all over the place. And that was more like from within, because sometimes we're on offense, like people are forgetting their routes. We're like coming back to alley, like, wait, what was I supposed to run? And like defense, like you were supposed to run right and you ran left. And it was, that happens to us in regular season almost all the time. It's like beginning of season starts out rough. We have a hard time getting into it. We're just only perdu pretty much. So we're like, okay, chaotic, chaos kind of works. Everybody kind of liked it. So we continued on to that. And then me designing the jerseys was kind of a fluke. We were all, same night that we decided on the name, we were just like all hanging out together. And I'm like, okay, everybody take out your phones, draw something on like Snapchat, like with the drawing option. Like everyone just draw something that makes, like when you think chaos, just draw anything. And then I had drawn a rough draft of the logo we ended up doing. And I have, like, I am an artist, so there's like, I had an advantage there. Everyone liked what I drew, so we kind of just, cleaned the design up, created a name. We picked the colors and everything, where we wanted numbers in the front, and then we put the order in, and that was our whole rebrand.
Okay. Nice.
New team.
Yeah, like I said, the jerseys look great. Good job. What are you gonna say, Quaysie?
No, it's like weird. She's like talking. I don't see her talking. Can you guys hear me?
I can
Yeah.
hear you. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Okay, so Emma, I kind of wanted to get back to you. So this is your first season where your stats were pretty much insane. You won your first All Star as well as a two-way player. So congrats to that.
Thank you.
How does it feel? Because right now I feel like you stepped up for your team this year. I had your stats here, but I believe you had 775 yards. I think 12 TDs. How does it feel like playing up to what you knew you could play up to?
It feels really good. It feels like it's a really big accomplishment for me because I've been playing in FPF for 2 years now. And I know when I started, like I hadn't played flag since CJEP, so for about a year and a half. And I've been like slowly learning over and over, like every season I've played, learning from different people. And I knew I was good enough, but I always felt like I was like lacking somewhere. Like I was always kind of close to the top, but never at the top. Like stats wise, we'll say. Like I had strong stats, but not enough for like All Stars awards and everything. So having gotten that this season and knowing that I did deserve it is like, it feels really good.
Okay, nice.
When like so, go.
No, go Brent, go you.
Like the thing is, like, so you talked about this season obviously being a big season again, hence the award and what you were talking about. Like when this season kind of did that light kind of go on for you? Like you said right, you always knew you were good, but you were kind of lacking something. When did that thing that you were lacking kind of be like, okay, I have this now? When did that light go on where you could be like, I could take over games on both sides of the ball? I'm an impact player no matter where I am.
I think might be like a little stupid, but it was when I was looking at like my stats by game and I was like, okay, I'm averaging a pick a game, so I have to keep that streak going. And that it was like a challenge I gave myself. And then like one game I was like, okay, I didn't get any picks, which means next game I have to get 2, so on and so on. Like I was pushing myself, especially on defense, to like stop always going for the flags, like go for the ball sometimes, take the risk, just do it, stop QB watching also. So giving myself that small challenge, like I think pushed me to continue my season the way I was going. And as for offense, I think just like performance wise, kind of doing stuff I had never really seen myself doing, like for example, like outrunning players and like getting through 2-3 defenders and then getting to the end zone. I was like, okay, I didn't know I could do that before. Like it kind of, kept motivating me, like just pulling out different plays than what I'd been doing over the last few seasons.
Okay, all right. When I ask you, so it's like a bit of a family affair, right? Amanda, I imagine that is that your sister? Amanda?
Yeah, Amanda's my sister.
All right, so family affair. Obviously, she started in winter 2022, but now she's played with you on the Vultures in the winter and the spring. Let's talk about like how'd you get your sister involved?
Yeah.
In
Sorry,
FPF and
Brent,
how that experience been?
Brent, I just have to cut you off like 2 seconds. I had 2 people talking and I didn't understand anything you said.
Yeah, so no, I can hear it too. Sorry. Okay,
Is
so
my camera's fine, right?
Yeah, your camera's fine. Yeah, you're
okay.
Good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
It's just our producers. I know he's in your ear. He's in our ear too.
Yeah, I was trying to listen to both and I couldn't do it.
Yeah, no worries. So with your sister Amanda, all right. So stop talking. So with your sister Amanda, how'd you get her involved in the FPF, and how has that been like having a chance to play with your sister?
So I played with my sister in at Vanier also. I didn't get a chance to play with her in high school because the program was introduced super late. She played her senior year, and then I had only joined the following year. But then we both played with Coach Chi for, I think we had 2 full seasons together. One was cut off because of COVID. But I hadn't played with her since CJEP and FPF. Like she didn't continue fly because she ended up moving to Ottawa. So a little too far, but she was still coming back here like every weekend or so. So I remember, I think her first game that I had played with her was last season in like Co-Ed 3. And we were like missing a girl, and I was like, Co-Ed 3 is a perfect division to get back into flag when you haven't played in, what was it, like 2-3 years maybe? It had been a while for her. and she like happened to be home that weekend. You know, all of her stuff was here. She happened to have no plans that night, and I'm like, okay, perfect, you're coming to the field with me and you're gonna play. And I wish she was still like she was staying in Montreal, because I know that she would be interested in playing more often. But you know, just getting the opportunity to play with her again every now and then is still fun. It reminded me of back at Vanier a little bit.
Nice. Okay. Nice.
I have a question for you. I have another question. So you have a championship. So you're going to a finals with Chaos. You're actually also going to a finals where Purple Blood, right? Purple Blood. How does it feel going to two finals? Well, how does it feel having the chance to win two finals, two championships?
Well, hold on. You're going with the merge as well, right? The merge and co-ed one.
I have enough games played for like their playoffs, but it was just in case someone got hurt, like someone was injured.
Okay.
For example, it was more like a backup plan, because I had already subbed 3 games with them, I think. So they're like, might as well just get 5 if something happens.
Right,
but I'm not going to finals with them. It's just I'm on the roster. Yeah.
Hopefully she's not cheering for them either. But
it's gonna be a lot of games. Oh my god!
I was gonna say sorry to interrupt you guys. I was gonna say, so last year you played with Dominoes, you in the winter season with Quaysie and co-ed, then you guys lose to the merge. I'm like, okay, if you can't beat them, join them. Now you're playing on the merge. You're gonna play against Quaysie and Lego My Flag. I was gonna say that's gonna be an interesting storyline. But all right.
I had actually played against him one game in Laval that I had gone to sub with. I was like, this is weird. This wasn't like this last season. But I had actually gone to a tournament with them in the summer, and that's why I had stubbed a bit during the season.
Okay. So yeah, like Quaysie's question, obviously a chance to play with Purple Blood, co-ed 2 finals, obviously a chance to again add another championship to your resume. What would it mean to you to not only win obviously with Chaos, but to also get a championship with Purple Blood this weekend?
Just having the chance to go to 2 finals is like crazy to me. It's like I'm excited, but I'm also nervous. It could go both ways. Like both teams that I'm playing in both divisions, like Purple Blood were playing Block Party, who like didn't finish super high up, a little like us, but they're having an amazing playoff run right now. Game could go both ways. Same thing with Supernova. Like our games were tight. Game could go either way. So I can't say anything for either game. Just have to show up, play, see how it goes. To win both of them, like I wouldn't shut up about it for I think a couple weeks.
I'm sure it's also it's fun because most people go to the finals like just to kind of watch. So now you get to actually compete on 2 teams, right? I think I know they're the same day, right? Purple Blood.
No, they're on different days.
Oh, there you go. So you also have 2 reasons to be at the field on Saturday and Sunday now.
Exactly. I was gonna be there anyways, but at least now
that's what I figured. But now you get to play in it, so that's always fun to do.
And I get a break between the 2. I was a bit worried when because I was doing 4 teams this summer originally, 5 if you include co-ed 1. So the thought of having multiple playoff games over one weekend is crazy. But now I have space between, so it's a bit easier to manage.
I think having multiple championship games in one day is a problem most people would take in FPF, but I mean,
yeah, I wouldn't complain too much, but hard on the body. It's
definitely. I want to say we had Yvan Saloman, the quarterback for Block Party on before. He was talking a lot of trash. He said he's gonna smoke you guys, and it's gonna be trash.
Okay.
All right, so yeah. Best of luck to you this weekend, obviously with Purple Blood and of course with the Ladies of Chaos. Emma Townsend-Asselin, again, friend of the show, FPF scorekeeper. What else can I say?
All-star.
Yeah, there you go. All-star this year as well. 2-time All-star, yeah. All right. Thanks for coming on. We appreciate it, and best of luck this weekend.
Thank you for having me. Thank you very much.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, so again, that was Emma on the show. Like I said, her team, one of her teams, Purple Blood, fighting for a championship with Chaos, fighting for the other. So the Chaos game, just to recap again, against Supernova, that is taking place Sunday at 45, and the Purple Blood game against Block Party. I know I had said it earlier. I'm just going to check on it again. Actually, I think I have it in my notes. I think that's going to be
Block party, and that's going to be on Saturday at 10.
Saturday 10 p.m. So there you go. All right. So again, best of luck to all 4 teams in this matchups. Our final guest of the evening here on the podcast needs no introduction, but I want to give him one anyways. He's a Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, 9-time champion, 8 individual awards. So he's one guy who has played in FPF almost as long as I, or started in FPF almost as long as I have. One of the funniest guys you're gonna find in Flag Plus football. You go up and talk to him. He's always gonna bust a joke or take liberties at busting some balls as well. Matt Kirouac, my friend, welcome to the show.
What's going on, guys?
How you doing?
Living the dream, guys. Living the dream.
All right.
Taking care of 3 kids at home.
Nice.
The
Very
life.
nice. You look tired already, man. It's not 8 o'clock yet, but you look exhausted.
Okay, relax. I'm just getting old.
I could bust
I don't
balls as
know,
well now. Fair
but I
enough,
can't
fair
see you guys. I'm technologically a moron, so all I see is myself. It's hilarious.
I mean, it's not a bad thing.
Nah.
There you go.
I see Quaysie enough when he shows up.
There you go. Exactly. All right, so let's hop into it, man. Division 8 championship, the cream of the crop for FPF. You and Quaysie with the infantry taking on the 10-0 Braves. The Braves All-Stars. The Braves, any team led by obviously you, Matt, and Kevin Wyeth, and Quaysie to the mix. Any team led by you guys against the Braves. The story has been told a million times, and 1,000,001 will be coming up this weekend. It'll be the highlight of championship weekend again. Infantry against the Braves. Let's get into it, man. They beat you guys in the regular season twice. 2 games were very close. How do you guys make sure the third time doesn't happen?
Honestly, I'm not going to give my trade secrets away because obviously that we've played them so many times. It's like you got to change one thing up to be able to beat the other. You know, they do different things. They throw in their, 3 quarterbacks for extra points or whatever it is that they do. We got to do something on our end to change it up. You can't just go shot for shot throughout the whole thing because other than last winter when we didn't even play them in the finals, history does not bode well for us to win those games when we don't do anything special. So we got to pull something out. I'm sure Quaysie's working on something defensively since I don't play defense apparently anymore.
I was gonna ask you about that, man. Like, most people would say like you're the greatest rusher in the history of FPF, right? 321 sacks and counting. I was a little surprised. I scored kept a couple of your games this year. Yeah, you're playing a little bit less defense, I guess.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I don't play any defense.
Well, I was trying to be nice.
Yeah.
So what's up with that then? How come no defense?
Well, end of the day, this is Rory's team with the infantry. Ethan's his rusher. I don't mind. I told Ethan, honestly, I'm just giving Ethan pointers. I'm trying to get him to start getting PDs because he's so fast. He gets there, but he doesn't always have to go for a sack. I think he needs to get the grasp of Division A is taken away of lane. I'm trying to get it into his head. He's trying. He still hasn't got me a PD yet. And Ethan, if you're listening, you better get one this week because I'm going to be pissed. But no, I like giving pointers to him. He knows what he's doing, but there's a thing about rushing. Isaiah will tell you every play is like a chess match. Every play you're thinking, okay, is it 2nd and long, 3rd and long? Am I going to go for the ball? Am I going to go for a sack or am I just going to, wing it? So I'm trying to get that in his head too. Just trying to give pointers. I'm there if he needs. He never comes off, so he doesn't need me, but he'll take my advice, I hope. So that's the reason why I'm not playing.
Okay, fair enough. He'd be wise to take your advice. Obviously, Ethan Adrian, one of the top rushers, obviously in FPF. So yeah, big matchup. You talked about obviously Rory Submerging, his team, the infantry. Usually in the past, I mean, you were the All-Stars, so there's you, the regular OGs, right? You, Pat Jerome, Matt Bond, a lot of the guys. Obviously, Matt Bond coming over with you. How different is it now playing? Obviously, instead of playing with the All-Stars, at least in Division A, to playing now with the infantry.
Honestly, any new guys that I play with, I always love it. I just love seeing new kids come up. I mean, I'm getting old, so to see like the replacements in the sense, who's going to be taking over. We got guys like like Nick DeMalo. The kid's a bulldog. You know, I'd never played with him before. He's a great dude. He's a beast on the field, and it just, I'm really starting to fall into that old man. Like Kev's been there for 30 years now, but I'm falling into that old man thing where I'm just admiring the up and coming kids, you know, showing their talents. It's good, man. It's fun to watch.
Okay, nice. So I was looking at your resume, your bio, right, on the FPF site. So I was looking at your first year was 2009 with the D-Boys.
Nah, 2008.
A couple of names. Oh, 2008, really? Okay, well, there you
Yeah,
go.
it's because
so who's the team then?
Yeah, the FPF doesn't have stats before 2009, but I played my first season was winter 2008 for the Jokers in Div 3, and we made it to the finals and got smoked 60-7.
Jeez, okay,
yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you're gonna learn quick.
Okay, so yeah. Who was on that Joker squad? Because I forgot about. You're right. The whole 2008, 2000, before 2009. You're right. Because even some of my stats aren't there from 2008, 2007. Yeah, I'm old as well.
Who was on that team?
Yeah, who's on that team?
I don't think any of them play anymore. I don't think any of them, other than there was James Crow. If anybody remembers James Crow, he was our QB. But Parm was on it.
Okay.
From KGP, he was on it with us, and then all the other guys. I don't think anybody plays anymore, and haven't in 15 years. So I don't know. Other than that, it's just James Crow and Parm.
Okay, so you're one of
the and my buddy
right?
Jeff, but nobody knows Jeff. Yeah,
nobody knows.
Nobody knows Jeff.
There you go. That Jeff, I think Rosenblatt might be his last name.
No.
Other Jeff.
Other Jeff.
Jeff Brown.
No, Jeff Chabot, but he's.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. He was actually the Pink Panthers back in the day, Brent. You'll remember them.
Oh wow. Yeah. Past. Okay.
That's it.
I was gonna say, so I saw him on the D-Boys roster. So I'm like, I know I'm friends with Rick Cummins, who you play with.
Yeah.
I know the Lanny brothers, but like other than that, anyways, all right. So what for you again? 2008 was your first season, right? So it's almost it's been a while. What for you has been the key to continuing to play and continuing to play at such a high level?
Well, I mean, realistically, when I started, I got asked to play because I was fast. When I was fast, so I just played. I didn't know what I was doing. I rushed. I got the Defensive Player of the Year the first year, and then you fall in love with FPF once you start playing it. And so I started. I just kept rushing. I wasn't a very good receiver. Back in the day, I couldn't see. Before I got laser, I couldn't see, so I sucked at catching. Wow. So I got recruited by the Finest to replace Mocon because he sucks.
Yeah.
He sucks.
I agree. I concur with that statement.
And I played for the Finest for a couple seasons, and then my team, the D-Boys, which we were in D3, decided to start making our way up, which I hope teams in these lower divisions start making their way up. Start making our move. We moved up to D2, made it to the finals. We lost. And then I got a message from Quiche before a season saying, hey, you coming out to play with us? And I was like, nope, we're coming for you, Quiche. And he's like, okay, no problem. If you know Keyshawn, Keyshawn, he wasn't too quiet about it. No. But that's where the D-Boys rivalry started there against the Finest. And then, to keep playing at the highest level, I run 3-yard slants and Kev wires at 100 miles an hour. It doesn't take much skill other than maybe the catching. And when I do rush, I had to change up my style because I'm not as fast. So I started getting PDs, and I just looked at it in a different way. I rush in a completely different way than I used to when I do rush. And that's it. It just, I don't go beyond my means is the way to, for my longevity.
Okay. For a guy who says that he couldn't catch before the LASIK surgery, you have almost 400 touchdowns, so obviously you're doing something right.
It was after the LASIK, Brent.
Yeah. No, I hear you. I'm saying 400 touchdowns. It's still 400 touchdowns, right? You're at 387, so you're
387.
That ladder.
Ooh, good to know.
There you go.
Getting close.
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. Obviously, Quaysie, co-host of the show. How's it like playing with Quaysie?
Like I said earlier, when he shows up, it's great. I hate it. I hated playing against him because he'd always cover not necessarily being the 3 to cover me at snap, but he's always playing the half. And I'd always feel like just a bullet run by me to try to jump every ball. And he wouldn't injure me, but it wouldn't feel nice. So it's good to have him on my side of the ball. And I have to yell at him, why can't you do this for us? Why can't you do what you do against me for us? And then last game he got a pick, so I can't say anything anymore. So good job, Q. I'm proud of you.
I appreciate it. I have a question for you, Matt. I'm trying to look, but I can't see it. When's your last championship?
Last winter, 2024.
2024, and that was with
All Stars. We beat Royaume Luminaire in the finals.
Okay, that was winter 2024.
Yeah, it's when all the top dogs went out except us in like the first round or second round, whatever.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Because I thought it was 2023, but
I think we got a spring 2023, and then the last time we beat the Braves in the finals is 2022, and that I'll mention it just so it can be recorded. Joe, I know you're listening. Just remember, I live rent-free in your house because of that pick 6 in the finals. Just remember. I want you to remember it all game on Sunday. All game. Because if I do come in, I'm going to stare at you and smile. And I hope you remember. Actually, I know you remember because I'll send you the photo of my Jordan pose catching it. If you need it. Just let me know.
I mean, I think I'm probably going to have to have
more
you
material. Nice.
I think we might have to have you on defense.
You do whatever you need, Q. I'm waiting there. I can't just be a motivator from the sidelines all day. Like, bring me in.
Try to get Joe some flashbacks.
Oh, he will. You watch his face turn once he sees me walk on the field.
Nice. So again, one of the OGs in FPF. You've been around for a lot of the changes, obviously from Roth to Jeff. From having females playing to the co-ed divisions, now 5-on-5. What do you think are some of the biggest and most important changes we've had over FPF? And maybe what do you think, or what do you would like to see maybe for the future of our league?
I mean, changes. I mean, it's just great how far we've come. The spring season has a Division F now. When I played spring the first time, I think it only went maybe to C, maybe D. I don't think D, but definitely C. So all these players coming in, I mean, anybody that I've told about the league that played in it fell in love with it just like I did 18 years ago or whatever it is. So it's good to see that we're branching out. Women's look at how popular it is now. We got the Team Canada is what 70% or 80% FPF, or could it 100%? I don't even know. This year I think it was 100%. And look, and our guys Canadian team right now is majority FPF, so it's crazy. It's awesome. One thing I did suggest to Jeff on whenever we played on Monday, whatever it was, I can't remember, but to bring back that midnight tournament that Rob used to have.
The issue with that term is it's so late. I remember I played in that.
Grow up, Quaysie.
No, listen. I thought
about it. There's games.
I thought about it. When I played him back in that tournament, we had games at 4:00 in the morning, 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
I was so excited about my 17-year-old Quaysie, 18-year-old Quaysie, or 19-year-old. I forgot what I was. I was so excited to play at that time, but you can't get me to come play flag at 3:00 in the morning right now.
I didn't say to Jeff that I was going to play. I just said he should bring it back. That's all I'm saying. I didn't sign a contract to play.
I think I was talking about that with AJ, and I was just like, oh, that tournament was so chill. I was so sick. And I'm thinking about the guys that were older, like Saad, Ahmed, Jamal, Theo, all those guys like that. I'm just like, yo, I don't know if I would want to play at 3:00 in the morning, 4:00 in the morning, because like it was the gaps were crazy. Yeah, but it was a great tournament. It was super fun.
It was fun, and Jeff could do it big. You have kiosks there with like coffee and stuff, and a place where people can nap or whatever they need to do. Like we were going out to get coffee back then because there was nothing there. But in general, it was fun. I think on the last time we played, we won the AA, so we played at 11, 1, 3, and 5 a.m. to win the whole thing. I was burnt. I couldn't even see at 5 a.m. So it was. But it was
I think
fun. Like it's
bring it
for these
back.
young guys, it's good for these young guys and bring everybody together. You could do something, charity wise or whatever it is. But
Yeah.
that's my suggestion. Brent, that's what you asked. So that's what you get.
No, fair enough. Fair enough. I don't know how many. I took part in the first one that Rob did. I remember that playing like at 2 a.m, and I was like, yeah, never again. I remember being cold. Was it at Saint Laurent? Was it at the
No,
Steingberg, I think?
Stade Bear, yeah. What the last
Yeah.
one I think they did was at the Dome in Kirkland. That one
Okay.
was terrible. I fell asleep because I went home because we had like a 4-hour gap and I never showed up because my alarm didn't go off. So
That one was bad.
that one was bad.
That sounds
yeah.
about
And the
right.
field was terrible. They didn't have any none of the rubber pellets in there, so you just were slipping all over the place. It wasn't great.
Oh.
Yeah.
All right, so let me ask you. So you mentioned earlier, obviously playing with Ethan Adrian. You mentioned Isaiah Lard. Who right now? Again, you're the resident expert on rushers. Who right now do you think who would you put in your top 5 right now in rushers in all of FPF?
I don't want to say his name. I'm not going to say Isaiah, but Isaiah, obviously, the kid's just a tower. He just bats everything down. Ethan's great. He's a beast. He reminds me of myself when I was fast. Like he gets there. What other rushers have I seen? What's the girl's name that plays with Pat?
Jessica?
Yeah, she's great.
Yeah.
For the women, that she is great. Like I've watched her play. She gets PD, she gets sacks. She's good. Other than that, I'm trying to think.
You have guys like Raph.
Yeah, I was just gonna say Raph. Raph's come a long way at the rushing spot there. I played with Montreal Magic against the Braves a couple weeks back, and he's a beast out there. He's really getting his hands up when he's getting to the QB's face. He's getting sacks. He's fast.
Yeah. You also have guys like Thomas Kutzer's pretty good too. He plays for.
I haven't seen him. I know he's up there in sacks. He's right behind me in career sacks. Yeah. So I haven't watched him unless I have, and I just didn't know it was him. But there's some quick kids out there that are learning the position, which when I started, nobody even thought about rushers. And now it's one of the top positions. You need to get a good rusher, otherwise your defense is screwed. So. Yeah, no, there's other guys. Oh, what's his face? I don't know names, but the guy who's second place in sacks all time there, but he doesn't.
Zachary Albert's-Gill.
Yeah, Zach. This guy.
That's my guy. Yeah.
He caught me in sacks, but he plays co-ed and this and that, lower divisions. Could come up to the big boys and then catch up to me. Come on, man.
Well, so you know what? I want to go back for Zach. He plays on my team in C. He did play a higher division.
I know he didn't.
He's played.
Did he get sacks? Did he get PDs?
Not.
Well, there you go. Come on, you can't pass.
I'll check it out.
All these years of working my ass off, and now he beats me because he doesn't want to come up. Get out of here. He knows I'm kidding anyway. We talk all the time. He's a good dude.
He's a good dude. But okay, so what? Obviously playing rusher, right? What's the key to being a good rusher in FPF? I had this conversation with a lot of different people. For me, you can correct me if I'm wrong. I think personally, being a rusher, getting a sack is kind of like the icing on the cake, the cherry on top. For me, I think it's just getting the quarterback to get rid of the ball early. But what's your take? What does it take to be a good rusher in FPF?
It depends on the division. So, like I said earlier, if you're in the high divisions, these guys get the ball off so quick. Joe, Nato Hughes, Lazara, these guys the ball's gone by the time it's in their hands. So you got to take away a lane. You got to put your hands up, or you got to figure out something. Try to jump a slant or do something. And one thing that I always do is I'm vocal out there. If I'm seeing a slant in my peripheral vision as they're coming across, you can see them taking off if you're really just looking. You're loud out there. You get in the quarterback's face. Every play is a different mentality because every single play depends on what your yardage is, depends on what down it is. You got to treat every play and have a plan. I don't line up and go, oh, well, I'm just going to try to get there as fast as I can. No, I've done things as dumb as running and jumping at the line of scrimmage to throw the quarterback off. It did not work. But just to say that I've tried a million different things just to throw off the quarterback. It's not just about getting sacks. You got to get in their face and take out a lane. That's my key to
it. Okay, makes sense. Quaysie?
Yeah. So going into the finals with infantry with us, is there something that you think that's different this year, or you think it's going to be the same finals as previous years?
well, obviously it's a different team that we're playing with, and we finished 5-5, and Braves are 10-0, which I don't know about you, Q, but I've never liked going 10-0.
No,
Because-
neither.
Yeah,
It's good to have that one loss.
yeah,
Get
that's
it
it.
out the way.
I mean, we had 5, so we should be good, right? But I don't know. Like, I've been watching the Braves games. Like, I think they posted today for the Montreal Magic game. They don't seem to be doing anything different because, you know, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know,
Yeah.
they keep winning games. They keep doing the same thing. So it's about us adjusting. We can't just sit there and wait and let them do what they want to do. And again, that's we're not going to tell you what we're planning, but you know, we got to talk about things. We got to figure out some
Yeah.
different stuff to throw at them. So yeah, I think it might look different because I'm not going into it with the mentality to, oh, let's just play the normal game against the Braves and lose on the last play of the game or with 2 plays left. Like, no, we got to do something. And honestly, I want to send these guys home depressed. I want them to lose in the finals in 5v5 and then lose to us in Div A and then go home depressed for once in the past 3 years. Please. That's all I want. I tried to motivate Lazara yesterday to beat them, but he still couldn't do it.
I was talking to Isaiah, and he said they're going for a 3-peat. So
yeah, good for them. I'm gonna crush their dreams if you let me. Put me in, coach. But yeah,
nice. All right, man. Sorry.
I was gonna say a bunch of old whiny men. They're getting whinier in their old age. I'll tell them right to their face too. Yip all game. Just play. It's enough. We're not AJ Gomez on the field here. Just play your game. Don't.
Shots fired.
No, not shots. I love AJ, but we don't talk like he talks, and yet they're still yapping the whole game. It's just, come on, you guys are old, man. Go take a nap. That's it.
When you look at that Braves lineup, obviously James Drysdale, Gab Champagne, Will Trache, the list goes on and on. Mike Pearson, speaking of guys who like to talk, shout out to Mike. Who do you have to kind of take away the most on offense? And when you look at that Braves defense, is there like kind of maybe one weakness you think you guys can exploit?
Listen, the one guy you got to take away when they're on offense is Joe. If you can get in Joe's, he's not easy to scramble. Like you do something and he, you know, you make a play on him, he's going to come back and fire it right back at you. He's not really the type that you can fluster. That's what the word I was looking for. But if you can make a couple plays on him, a sack here, now he's going to start going on 2, or, you know, you start getting in his face and now he's going to change up his routes. Like, you just have to get to Joe. So it's on Ethan. And if I go in the game, it's on me too. We got to get in Joe's face, because if we can fluster him and the ball won't get to his guys. So on offense, defense, that's what we need to do. And for them on D, man, I don't want to say too much, but listen, Kev knows what he's going to do. These guys are jumpy. They like to jump routes. They like, you know, they play. I know how they play, and I know how they hide things and they disguise things, and they're great. They're beasts. There's a reason why they win all these tournaments everywhere. But they're not invincible. And we are going to do some stuff, and hopefully it works. And I don't even want it to be a close game. I want to blow them out. So, Quaysie, get cracking, baby. Get some plays together. I know you are. I know. I just don't want to say too much, you know. Yeah. Joe's watching. He's eating popcorn right now watching. I see you.
And this is finally for me, like on a personal level, you're looking for championship number 10. What would that mean for you?
It's another notch on the belt, baby. Add to the legacy. Now, I want to win it for the guys that maybe don't have any, or just a few, you know, like Nick. I don't know if he has a lot. Obviously, for the boys that I ride with, it's been, 6-7 years I'm playing with Kev since D-Boys folded after I lost to Flagmore in the finals. But it's always for the new guys to get their first championship or the next championship. I mean, for me, it's going to be great. And my son's coming with me, so I get to show him Daddy can still do it, you know?
Nice.
So.
All right. Anything else crazy, or you're good?
Yeah, that's it. I'm good. I'm good over here.
All right, man. So Matt, I just want to say thanks for coming on the show. I appreciate it, man.
No problem, guys. Anytime. I told you already. It's been it's been a lot longer than you said it would be, but I'm here, so it's good.
He didn't even tell me you're coming on. It's crazy.
No, we spoke at Laval one day, and he's like, "Oh, would you come on?" I'm like, "Yeah, of course."
Oh man, I didn't even see your name. I saw a picture at the bottom of the screen, the guy with a hat, and I'm like, who's waiting there? Who's waiting there?
Okay, so you know what? So I wanted to keep it a surprise for you. And also I added it to the group doc actually. I put it on.
I didn't. I thought Emma was the last person. So.
Surprise, Quaysie, surprise.
There you go, exactly.
I get to see you here, and then I get to see you on Sunday.
That's right. That's right.
2 for 1.
2 for 1.
There you go. There you go. And coming up next, we have Joe Mahute. No, I'm joking. All right,
put him on now. Put him on right now.
All right, Matt. Best of luck this Sunday, man. Your game obviously against the Braves, Division A, 3:45 on Sunday. So I'll definitely be there.
Thanks for that, Jeff.
Yeah.
My son's got a football game at noon, so I gotta bust my butt to get down from Laval or Rosemere to Brossard. So
there you go. Good times. Good times.
I'll be there. I'm not gonna be late like some people.
Oh, shots fired.
It wasn't a shot at UQ, I swear.
Yeah, I'm always late. I'm not even offended.
At least I don't care if you're late. Just show up.
Not offended.
It's fair. I think he'll be there. Championship game. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I'm there.
He'll be there. If you need a lift, call Mark.
All right, Matt Kirouac, man. Thanks for coming on, brother. Appreciate it, and we'll check you on Sunday. Best of luck, man.
All right, thanks, guys.
All right.
Thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, so once again, that was Matt Kirouac, Hall of Famer, 14-time All-Star, looking for championship number 10 again, along with Quaysie. The infantry taking on the Braves Sunday, 3:45. It's going to be a great matchup. Make sure to check it out again. The cream of the crop here in FPF Division A. Yeah, man. So, I mean, we did most of the divisions. I mean, a couple ones we got to hop into quick before we sign off here. Division B.
So, sorry?
Did
we go C?
No, we didn't. No, we didn't do B. We didn't do C.
We didn't do C, yeah, exactly. So
you want to start B or you want to start C?
I'll go C. Let's start C.
Okay, so C, it is a battle of the top 2 teams in Division C. Le Petit Carottes, 9-1, number 1 seed, taking on the 8-2 Le Bronterage, again the number 2 seed. The two teams met in week 7. That was a blowout. A 30-point victory, 42-12 for Le Petit Carotte over Le Bronterage. The rematch is taking place this Sunday at 10 p.m. To get here, LPC, they beat Jagerbomb, and Le Bronterage beat Speed Academy. So again, the top 2 teams in Division C going head to head. How do you think this game's gonna fall?
I think LeBron is going to take it. One thing I do have to say is that they did lose Jeremy Murphy. I believe he's not in Montreal right now. I think he's away. So that's a big loss for LeBron. But the last time these teams played, I remember I was watching the game, and LeBron they just went deep every single time they got. Every time they got a chance, they just tested them, and it worked. LeBron, we kind of said it at the beginning of the year. They have athletes. They have University Concordia players. They have current guys that are actually on the team right now. So they understand how football works, and the quarterback's not scared to throw the ball. The good thing about Les Petits Caracs is that they're starting to become a veteran team. They win also as well. They also win. They know how to win games, but sometimes when it comes to talent-wise, it's like you're in the right coverage, but you still get beat. That's what LeBron Tourage brings to their talent. They're a team, again, where I'm going to repeat myself, is like they're athletic. They're way more athletic than the Pittscat. So it's going to be the point where they're going to have to get into their coverage and make sure they get the 50-50 ball. So it's like they're going to have to do a lot of work to make sure they don't get beat over top. And even if you're in the perfect coverage, you still got to win that 50-50 ball, where a lot of times where you're in the perfect coverage, it becomes a 70-30. No, most of the time it's still going to be 50-50. So if they're able to kind of make sure that LeBron Tourage doesn't capitalize on that, they have a chance. But I don't think they're going to be able to. I'm going to give LeBron Tourage their first championship here if I was going to pick a team.
Okay. I'm gonna go the other way. I got Le Petit Carrot. The blowout is first point of evidence. I mean, both Murphy brothers, Joshua and Jeremy, played in that first game, and they combined 2 catches for 16 yards. So that's one thing. Gianni Cassetti, he had his first game of the year, 8 for 17, 132 yards, 2 touchdowns with 4 INTs. So I mean, that's something else. I having played against the Petit Carrots last year, having played against the Bronx Chargers, sure, again, two great teams. But if you're saying that Jeremy Murphy or Josh, or perhaps both of them, aren't in the lineup to play against LeBron, or pardon me, to play against the Petit Carrots, I want to go with the Petit Carrots. They're a veteran team, so you talked about obviously a lot of actually university players. Most of the Petit Carrots are guys from Champlain College that play ball there, right? So they're like Mike Fafard and that. There's a lot of Jason Reyes. There's a lot of talent on this team. I think they've also been together longer than LeBron Tourage and Le Petit Carrots. Pretty much when they get to the championship game, they're almost unstoppable. So I want to go with Le Petit Carrots to get the W. Can I be wrong? Definitely, but I think I'm going to be right this time.
Okay.
Reza, who do you got? Le Petit Carrot or LeBron Tourage? You don't like LeBron James, so you're going with Le Petit Carrots? All right. Do you like carrots? Do you like the vegetable?
Carrots are better than LeBron James. Doesn't like LeBron. Okay. Noted.
Oh man. All right. Let's hop over to Division B here. We have the number 2 seed, so Runner Wentz. So speaking of Jeff Rosenblatt a little earlier, against the number 1 seed Mangoose. So another battle of the 1 versus the 2 seed. Both teams finished 7-3 in the regular season. Mangoose beat Runner Wentz 36-35 in overtime back in week 7. The thing about this game is a little weird though. So Nick Schaefer, for the Mangoose quarterback, he didn't play. Thomas Coutu, who you talked about earlier, Quaysie, he played in that game.
Okay.
Went 10 of 16 for like 102 yards, but he had 3 touchdowns, 3 carries for 52 yards. And Jeff Rosenblatt wasn't there for Runner Wentz. So Paul Lapierre played quarterback for most of the game. He had 190 yards, 4 touchdowns, but 2 INTs. Sanders Armand, who we talked about earlier, he came in for about a series or so. He went 4 or 5 for 20 yards and a touchdown throw. Looking at how both teams got here, Mangoose beat Shake and Bake the other night to advance to the finals. Runner Wentz beat Idaho Ida Pimps. A little bit of controversy in that game. I was told maybe there was a call that was made that shouldn't have been made.
So the Runner Wentz game, the problem was is that there was a call there. Okay, yep. It just not the right ref made the call.
Yep.
And the ref that did make the call made it about like 6 to 7 seconds after. So pretty much
being yelled at apparently, but yeah.
Yeah, so there was commotion, but the call was there. So it's not like it's a made up call and it's like, oh, the call was there, but the call was right off the bat. Jalen got pretty much pressed off the line. His hands were in the air. He was kind of looking around. I think Jeff kind of threw the ball away, and it was everyone was kind of like looking to see like what's going on. But there was pass interference on defense or illegal contact. Like that is just the wrong ref called it, and he called it about 6 to 7 seconds late. And he did have he had some voices in his ear, people kind of commotion, and you kind of just saw like, you know, when a flag kind of randomly appears on the floor. So it's the floor's clean, and then the flag just
nowhere.
It was like that was kind of the commotion, and after that, Idaho kind of just sparked frustration, and they were kind of out after that. So the call happened. Runner Wentz got the ball on the 1 yard line. They scored. They got the ball in the second half. They scored, and then they didn't look back after that. And the game ended 36-20. So it is what it is. It happens. It's to a point where sometimes you can't let the ref control the game, and that's out of our hands. But it is what it is. But there was a call. There was 100% a call. It's just wrong ref called it, and he called it late.
Okay. So I talked to the person I believe the call went against is Brady Hannison, obviously the quarterback / defensive back for Idaho Ida Pimps. He said a lot of what you're saying. Jalen Greaves ran an inside route. He was saying that the defender had his position already, and Greaves probably ran into him, so he thought there shouldn't have been a call. Or he said the very worst should have been maybe just a 5-yard penalty. I believe it took away a pick 6 as well. That's what I was told for.
I think it was a pick. But
it's definitely a pick. Yeah. Anyways, it is what it is. run once, and Mangoose playing for this Division B championship. One of the a couple of storylines in this game. I think the biggest one, obviously, Jeff Rosenblatt, of course, trying to get his first championship as a quarterback. But the same thing for Mango's quarterback, Nick Schaefer. Again, he missed the first game as well, but he's looking for first championship period in FPF. As is guys like veterans like Thomas Coutu, phenomenal players, Simon Antil, Gabriel Drapeau, Gorlowski, right? So a lot of the players from Mangoose have not won a championship. I know Hakeem Kazi Filiacho has, and obviously Marvin Steinberg, the receiver of the year, has won a couple in his time in FPF. But again, the majority of this Mangoose squad has not won a championship. The other big storyline I wanted to get your opinion on, Ashley, is Marvin Steinberg, receiver of the year, and Div B taking on the defensive player of the year and Bakari Barrett for run at once. Who do you think is going to win that matchup if they have to go head to head?
That's going to be a good matchup, but the problem is I think Marvin's a slot and Bacardi is a corner, so they maybe line up on the same side of the field, but they should never be on in front of each other. So if ever there's a man conversation, I don't think they're gonna be lined up versus each other. So it's gonna be more who gets the better advantage when it comes to certain zones and just where the ball is pointed. So it's kind of hard to kind of say because Marvin can be on the left side, Kirk can be on the right side, Mark can be on the right. It's different saying it's on more zones. If Bakari played more of a halfback and they were like right on each other, when they play man to man, it would be kind of saying, okay, who's going to win the matchup there? But it's not really a matchup, if you understand what I'm trying to say.
Okay, I hear you.
It's a bit different.
Well, yeah, maybe Marvin will get out to wide. I know early in his career I've seen him play wide a bit, but yeah, maybe. I mean, he's predominantly a slot now. Maybe he'll have a chance to play a little wide. We'll have to see. One of the other biggest storylines is, we always say defense wins championships, right? These two teams run at once, and Mangoes are two of the top 3 defensive rated teams in this Division B. Who do you think has the better defense, and who do you think will get the edge? Who do you think will get the W this weekend?
I want to say Run It Once has the better defense. Mangoose does have a good defense just because they've been playing with each other a lot. Run It Once is kind of a team they kind of just assembled. There's a lot of good names they have, right? They have Sanders, they have Bakari, they have Jalen. I think Felix also plays.
Felix Clermont, yeah.
Yeah, and I'm probably missing. So I think does Noah play on the?
Noah
also plays too as a rusher. Paulo Pierre, they have Jeff. So they have a lot of names, but they're not a lot of guys that physically played on a full team together. You have Jalen and Bakari also played each other, but Sanders kind of didn't. It's kind of like they kind of grabbed guys and they kind of made like an all-star team to put together. So, but their defense is good. The difference is Mangoose has been playing with each other for a while. So I think chemistry-wise, they're a better defense because of that. But talent-wise, I would have to give it to Run It Once.
Okay. All right. Fair enough. Okay, so who do you think is getting the win, though?
I think Run It Once should. To be honest with you, depends how Jeff plays.
Yeah.
It's going to be on Jeff. But if Jeff has a good game and he kind of realizes, like, championships on the line as a quarterback and he's locked in, I think they should take this game down. It's going to be a good game. I think this is probably going to be – there's going to be I think there's going to be 3 good games. To physically watch for the fast aspect, the fast playing. I think it's going to be Division A, B, and then 5v5. I think those are going to be 3 really good games.
Okay, no, definitely. I mean, listen, well, that's it. That's exactly it. No, definitely 3 good games for sure. Let's go quickly. I know we talked about it with Emma a little bit, but I didn't get into your picks. Obviously, well, I know who you're gonna pick, seeing who you're playing with, but co-ed run, right? The merge, taking on your team. Lego my flag. Looking at the regular season matchup, you guys split it. The merge won 47-42 week 6, and then you guys beat them 41-40 in week 9. What do you guys have to do to make sure you win the championship on Sunday?
Yeah, so the first time we played them, I wasn't there. So that's kind of a big difference. And the second time I was there and we did win. But just to kind of point that out. But we're going to have to stop Mark. Mark's very dangerous when it comes to rushing. It's like a split second, he's gone. So we're going to have to have a rusher. We do have a problem with our team now. I'm not going to say it because I don't want them to kind of look like to kind of watch this like that. So we have a little small issue, but when it becomes game time, we'll get to that. But we're gonna have to stop his running abilities. When we played the merge last year with Dominoes, we lost two of our players. We lost Jamal Noel, and we had our other guy named Josh that his hand was kind of also sprained too. So the fact that we didn't have a rusher, it didn't help, and we ended up losing that game. I think by like 8 or 9. I think it was 9 points, but we couldn't get a sack. We couldn't get a stop. So we're definitely gonna have to get a good rush on him, because when you have a good rusher on him, he kind of panics a bit. But when he's comfortable, he's very hard to stop in that aspect, and it's to a point where that's why he wins games. Again, they played the Merge played IG yesterday on Tuesday, and they won that game 45-26. Jean-Slee didn't play a good game at all. He ended up throwing 4 INTs. But the fact that they beat this team, the fact that the Merge won by 19 points, it just goes to show how good this team is. And Mark had a solid game. He rushed, I believe, 5 times for 60 yards. So he was using his legs, So you have to stop his legs if you want a chance to beat this team.
Yeah, fair enough. Like, you're right. You're right on all those points. I mean, I think this has a chance to be like the game of championship weekend.
That should be a good game too. I'm excited. Yeah. I'm excited to try to win a championship for Jeff too, right? Jeff is a quarterback too for that team too. So
that's it. Yeah, 100%. Let's go quickly to. So we didn't touch on this one. Co-ed 3.
Yep. Okay.
Looking at it right here. So it's Ghosted against. I think in English, I can believe it's Mixology or Mixology.
Yeah, Mixology. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, there you go. All right. Awesome. Thank you, sir. Appreciate that. Looking at this matchup.
Yeah, go ahead. Go.
I was going to say that looking at this matchup, so Ghosted is the number 1 seed, 9-1, and Mixology number 3 seed, 8-2. They did not play each other in the regular season. I had a chance to score keep both teams' games last night. So Mixology, they beat Yard Chasers. So Yvan Saloman's one of his teams. They beat them 36-18. That game was a blowout. I can tell you, quarterback Tristan Toussaint, he was all over the place. They couldn't contain him in the run. Mm-hmm. They couldn't stop him from buying time for his receivers to get open. His top receiver is his brother Lucas Toussaint. He was kind of quiet last night, but some other players stepped up. Alexandre LeBlanc, phenomenal player. I think one of the most underrated females in all of FPF. She had a big game. A lot of the players, I'm trying to get this other guy's name here. He had a big game as well. Mikael Williams, Claudio was big. Pretty much, he spread the ball around to everybody. I know he was trying to get more players involved. There was a couple of drops. I think the score would have been a lot bigger if it weren't for the drops. But Mixology, like I came away. I've seen him earlier in the season, and around the midway point, I came away looking really impressed. I think Ghosted is going to have their hands full against this team.
Yeah, I believe one thing I do have to say about co-ed, and a lot of teams are going to realize that you need a good rush. Lots of times, if you don't have a good rusher and the quarterback's running, it becomes a big problem. And you kind of see that a lot of the times that you need a rusher. Doesn't matter if it's a female or it's a male. It's not the fact. They just have to do a good job, because a quarterback can take control of a lot of games, and it becomes a point where it's like it's the winning and the losing aspect. So
no, 100%. Like I won't lie to you. I felt bad. I forget the girls. I think Victoria Bouchard, I believe, was the rusher, if I'm not mistaken, for Yard Chasers in that game. I remember talking to Yvan Saloman halftime, like, you guys got to change something up, man. So he ended up rushing a bit. Edison Gebev, I believe that's how you pronounce his last name. He rushed a little bit. They had a little bit of success early, but then Tristan Toussaint just he adapted, he adjusted, and he just he was phenomenal. He had 5 TD passes in the game. He only ran for 30 yards. It seemed like he ran for like 130, but
but that's what it feels like when your quarterback's able to go left, then right, then left, then make a pass. Yeah. It seems like he's everywhere most of the time. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah,
I can completely understand when you say he feels like he rushed over 100 yards.
I will give a shout out though to Yard Chasers quarterback Kellyanne Rompre. I hadn't seen her that much this season. I hadn't done a Yard Chasers game. I saw her play last night. She's a legit QB, but I think she has a strong arm. Decision making is pretty good. She got a little rattled here and there, but I mean overall, I think like she's a rookie. So I think the more she plays, the better she's going to get. Obviously, most rookies do. I think she's a name again, Kellyanne Rompre, who 34 touchdowns, 12 INTs this season. I think she should be throwing in definitely Women's B at this point, and hopefully we'll see her soon play on more than just co-ed 3, because she's definitely a player.
Nice. Okay.
Who do you have winning this game?
Well, we didn't. Did you talk about Ghosted, or you kind of?
Well, okay, so Ghosted, yeah. So
Yeah.
I'll get into it right now, actually. So Ghosted. So I score kept their game last night against the Vultures. So MS team, yeah, they smoked the Vultures. That game was not close at all. It was ugly. I mean,
remember when I told you? You're like, no, they can run with them. I was like,
I was
don't
wrong.
know.
I was 1,000% wrong. You know what? So the main man, Phil Roberts, friend of the show, scorekeeper. He's part of the executive crew, I guess, here in FPF. Good dude. I've known Phil for about like 5-6 years now. He used to work at the gym that I go to. He's a good dude. And I had some hope. I said, okay, they got Phil. They got Matteo Girardi. They got Emma. They got Ben McMahon. I was like, all right. And yeah, that was just it was ugly. It was ugly.
One thing I do have to say, Ghosted, is that they're a young team, but all their players are still active guys. I think that back row that you see on the screen, I believe they all play for Saint Jean Chichilieu. They play on the tackle team. Okay. I know the quarterback on the far right. I forgot his name, but he ended up going to the quarterback. He doesn't have stats here because I think I saw him wearing a tank top throwing the ball. So I think he
he was wearing a tank top, that guy.
Yeah, so he went to the school that I currently coach at now, and he's a stud. So so it's a bunch of his friends, but I'm pretty sure they are all active players for St. Augustine. They have still a football background, and all their girls too as well. I'm pretty sure they're all flag players. So they're a talented group. They're a young group, and they know what they're doing. So there's a reason why they went 9-1 this year, and I believe they had the best defense as well. I think best offense and defense.
I think you're right. I'm sorry. I'm looking on the RCQ website right now to see if these guys are still playing. But yeah, listen. I mean, I came away impressed with them last night as well. The quarterback, I believe you're talking about, is wearing the white beater last night. It's Charles Antoine, I want to say.
He's a receiver at Saint Jean. I believe he's a receiver. Yeah.
Well, he was throwing some dimes yesterday. Let me tell you that. Him, Mathis Raymond as well. He came over for a number of big plays. Frank Olander. So is where. So Filion came late to the game. Like he came, I think, just as the game was starting. So I did the rosters, right? And Olander was warming up. Frank Olander was warming up. He was throwing some nice passes. Like, okay, let's see what happens here. And then this guy switched to receiver, and it was like game over. Like he was just dominating. Like he both sides of the ball. This guy was making plays all over the field. I mean, Phil Roberts was throwing a couple wobbles, couple of ducks up there, and he just came down. He had some interceptions. Yeah, Olander 4 touchdowns as a receiver last night. Mathis Raymond had 3 picks. Olander had a pick of his own. Mathis Raymond ran one of his 3 picks back to the house. Yeah, it was ugly. It was ugly. So unfortunately I couldn't give the stats for the quarterback because he didn't have a jersey on. But
he played.
He played well. Yeah. You saw yourself exactly. Yeah, he played well.
Yeah,
50-16 victory over a veteran Vulture squad. It was a little disappointing to say the least.
But to answer your question, I'm gonna go with Ghosted.
Oh, okay. I am as well. To be honest, I am as well. I think the ladies for mixology, especially Alexandre LeBlanc, I think they're better. I saw less mistakes out of the ladies on that team. There's a lot of impact players. For Ghosted, like obviously Anne Frederic Ouellet, Gabrielle Montpellier, they made some plays. Virginie Boutet as well. She had a touchdown. I just think I saw more drops and more mistakes out of the Ghosted females than I did out of the ladies for mixology. But I mean, again, both are great teams, and credit to them for making this far. Right, they have a chance to win a championship. I think it's going to be a good game, but I'll get the edge as well to Ghosted.
Okay.
All right. Everything is wrapped up. We're just going to do 5v5 real quick. Actually, you know what? So let me ask you for 4 women. I know we talked to the athletes. But for Women's A, who do you have? Do you have
that's a good one.
Ice Cold or
that's
Matrix?
That's a very I'm gonna give it to Matrix. They're a more veteran team. Most of the girls are a bit older. They do have some younger girls, but most of the girls are a bit older, and also they've been together longer. Matrix is also a team like Cayenne and like Sub-Zero. They're a club team. They travel a lot too. They're kind of always it's like because so many people talk about Sub-Zero, Cayenne, you know, and they forget everyone. A lot of people forget about Matrix, right?
During the mix, exactly.
They could ball out. They have a lot of good athletes, and I feel like just because they have they have a full roster too. If all the girls are there, but they have all the girls show up and all the girls are going to play. I think I'm going to give it to Matrix. But again, don't get me wrong, Ice Cold, they could ball out too. But I just think Matrix are just going to they're going to have one or two fewer less mistakes, and that's going to win them the game.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair. I gotta say first off, Stella the Don and Ashley, who was on last week, sent all your hate mail to Quaysie, saying on you guys. Yeah, honestly, I can't really argue with what you're saying. I mean, I think that Ashgar to Perot combo is like deadly. Elizabeth Ashgar and Abigail Perot.
Mm-hmm.
I think top to bottom, Ice Cold has more playmakers. I think Matrix is a little not maybe top heavy. I would say. I think they're more top heavy than Ice Cold. You know what? I'm gonna go with the upset here. I think Ice Cold Matrix has been they paid their dues, right? They're always that third team where sometimes not mentioned at all.
Yeah, they're always in the shadow.
Kind of first. Yeah, I hear you. They're in their shadow. It is their time to break out of the shadow. That's going to be one of the big storylines of this game, right? No one cares if players are missing for Kai and Sub-Zero. That's why they're not in the finals. Yeah. No one cares. Credit to Matrix and credit obviously to Ice Cold. I think I like it's something about the vibe of Ice Cold that I like a lot. And I just think that they're kind of new and they're excited, right? And I think they have more athletes as well. They have more length than Matrix. So you know what? I'm gonna go Ice Cold, pulling off the upset here.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go to 5v5.
Actually, so let me ask you this quick. I know we talked to Emma, but women's B, do you have Supernova or do you have Chaos?
I have Chaos.
You have Chaos?
I think Chaos. I do like Supernova. They're a good team. I just think Chaos right now I don't know what it is. I think I said at the beginning. It's like something that just never goes away. They're a team that's always fighting. They're a team that's they're always around. Even if like they have a bad start this season, for some reason they're always in the finals. The amount of appearance Chaos has been to the finals and since Red Nation, Chaos, whatever, they're always there, or they just missed out, you know? And that's not saying because there's only like sometimes there's 6 teams, 7 teams, but you always see their face there. Sometimes it goes well, sometimes it goes bad, but they're just a team, they just keep fighting. So I think especially this year, I think the veteran presence that they have with all the new additions that they brought in, the fact that Emma right now is being a team leader, you can see by her stats, right? Emma wasn't one of those top receivers, and you can see in co-ed 1 I played with her, co-ed 2 for Purple Blood with Sanders that game in co-ed 2, Sanders threw Emma some of these passes that she caught, and there's the reason why Purple Blood's going to the finals. She did a great job, and she's becoming that defensive player. She's becoming that new big offensive player too. So I think with that presence as Emma stepping up, and also Gigi too. Gigi's a by far one of the best receivers in female football that we have here, you know? So I think that duo of them two, it's going to be deadly. I don't think Supernova is going to have anything that's going to be able to counter react over that. Unless Allison just has a really bad game, because we talked about before. Sometimes if Allie's off, she's off, and it doesn't help him, you know? And it kind of says, like, Emma was kind of saying that they scored 18 points against Hibu, right? They won 18-14. They didn't score the second half. So it's point can you afford to do that in a championship game, you know? And Emma was also saying, like, it was 14-18. If Hibu ended up getting a lucky pass where it became a touchdown, they're up 20-18. Would Allison have enough to get an air touchdown, you know? So you don't want to be in that situation. You want Allie to score 18 the first half, 18 the second half. You know, if she's on, and she's really hard to stop. But when she's off, and again, their defense is going to have to come to play. But all that being said, I'm going to give to Gals.
All right. I can't argue for any of the points you made. I mean, I was going to bring that up myself if you didn't. I mean, it depends what Allison Sobel you get. Again, she's a veteran in the league. She's been to a lot of big games. I know her teammates love her. She seems to be good people. It's just she melts under the pressure, and oftentimes in huge games, finals and semifinals, right? again, I was watching. I was at that game against Hebrew. Like they made it a lot harder than it had to be. Like I said last time out, right?
Mhm.
I think that Chaos has a better roster. It's not even. I can't even debate that, right? Like no disrespect to like Clarence Michel and the ladies of Supernova. Chaos is the better team, I think, and they have the better roster.
Yeah.
But Supernova beat them twice.
Yeah,
that doesn't
but,
count. That's
yeah,
not for
exactly.
nothing.
But I don't want to say, but Supernova does. They do have good girls too. They have girls that play for University of Concordia, active players, girls too. You know,
That's
it's
true.
not. They're not big names for the program. You know, so that's why again, kind of in the shadows. But they have also they have really good girls.
No, so 100%. Like you're right. Like Liam Major, Chloe Kobe. I've seen a lot of these ladies play, right? Rosalie Major, I've seen her play a lot. And Alicia and I, they have some talent too. So, ladies, I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I've just Chaos has done it over a longer period of time.
Yeah.
And I look at Gigi, who you talked about, right? I'm not talking male or female. I think Gigi's one of the best receivers, period, in all of FPF, whether it's
she's
male
good.
or female, right? And you would know. And I think, and Emma, one of the underrated players in FPF. I just think that Chaos going to have a bit better of a roster, and they're deeper this year. Again, talking about some of the additions that they made. I just think it comes down to quarterback play. Who's going to make the most mistakes?
Mm-hmm.
Would I bet money on Allison Sobel making less mistakes than Clarence Michaud? Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I'm really like 50-50 on that. For me, it's a toss-up. I'm going to say it's hard to beat a team 3 times in a year. That's why I'm going to go with Chaos, but that's the only argument I can think of. Because, again, all the credit in the world to Supernova. They beat them twice in the regular season.
Yeah.
All right. Ali Reza, who do you have? Supernova or Chaos? All right. He likes the shirts, but the jersey's better. All right, fair enough. All right.
So
all right, 5v5 before we wrap up here. Intermediate. Still CRA against the Giants.
Yeah. So I'm gonna give 5 guys. I'm gonna go Giants. I'm gonna give Mark the benefit of the doubt. He's new to 5-5. He had an amazing season. I believe he won QB of the year as well for 5v5. 54 touchdowns, 6 INTs.
Yeah.
So he had a great year. I think also it's the fact that when they played still CRA, they lost 26-0. I'm not sure if I don't think he was even throwing. He missed one game. I wonder if that's the game he missed.
I wonder right now.
So there's no quarterback stat. So I think that's literally the one game he missed was the game that they lost 26-0. Because I don't see him not scoring any points. And then the week after that, they won 42-33. I give both offenses. I think it's going to be a high scoring game, but I think Mark's going to be able to get them out the hump and win a championship for his team.
All right. I mean, again, good quarterbacks that have problems turning over the ball, right? I've talked about Allison Sobel. I'm also going to talk about Ryan Kirouac, right? For still CRA, 30 touchdowns, 11 interceptions on the season. This is pretty much never overtime, right? This whole team, like Narosh Suresh is there, Yvan Salman, Sasha Saint Armand, a lot of the same cats. They're playing on both of these teams. I shout out to Laurent as well, Laurent Charles. A lot of the same guys. I think the Giants. I think the Giants are going to get the W in this game.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Final division here. Last but least, we have Raw Dogs versus Braves.
The Braves, yep.
So, kind of recap. Raw Dogs played No Regard. No Regard had that huge upset versus Flag Moi. So, shout out to No Regard. You know, as we kind of said before, they finished season 2-8. Yep. They go play Flag Moi as the 8th seed, playing the 1 seed. They got the win. Sanders, we talked about before, he had a great game. Got them to the semis, played Raw Dogs, and they didn't have enough juice. I think that was their championship game. I think I mentioned too as well. I think that was their championship game. I think after that it was kind of like, oh, we're excited that they won, and then there was no more fire after that. Raw Dogs kind of just took away with it after halftime. The game was pretty much done, and they won 40-25, but it wasn't close at all. And then we got to see Montreal Magic play Braves, which that was a pretty good game, where Braves ended up winning that game 32-26, I believe. And Braves scored in the last 13 seconds of the game. So they made James Drysdale got a wide open go midfield, they end up scoring, and then Montreal Magic's had a brain fart or something because I think there was 10 seconds left in the game. Dan goes in as quarterback. Sean Sleek comes in as a second quarterback. He throws the ball, back pass. Sean Sleek's kind of hesitating. He ends up taking off. He's running towards the sideline. He gets out of bounds, and the time is done. And that's how they lost. That's how they lost on the last play. Yeah. So we have to see a matchup of Raw Dogs and Braves, which should be really good.
Yeah, 100%. These two teams met in week 11. So Raw Dogs getting the 39-38 victory in that contest. So I know James Drysdale got a fourth down touchdown to make the final score a little bit closer. They went for 2. Did the Braves? They didn't get it, and then obviously Raw Dogs just kind of had to run out the clock. Like a lot of great players, right? Both sides of the ball. You have obviously Joe Mahieu, Jonathan Penn, obviously the quarterback for Raw Dogs. Anthony Breezeball, so a friend of ours. Well, I'm cheering for Breezeball to get his first. He's a stand-up guy, right? To get his first championship. Every time I see that, like I'm shocked that he has 0 championship.
Yeah, always on the wrong side of the team.
Yeah. That's it, right? So, again, this I've said about a couple of games, but this is another one of those that has the potential to be maybe the best game of championship weekend. Looking, Adam Rosen, a lot of players on both sides. Daniel Mancini, right? Like, a lot of big time playmakers. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, exactly. And then of course you go with the Braves, right? I mean, you open on the lineup: James Drysdale, Emile Chateaufer, Gabe, Guillaume Bellon, those guys, Isaiah Lards. I mean, JD Chevalier. The list goes on and on and on. Mike Pierce, how do you see this game shaking out? Who gets the W?
I'm gonna say Raw Dogs. The only reason why I say it is because one, Jeff is not throwing for Raw Dogs. It's going to be Jordan, 100%. He's going to be throwing that game for them. For some reason, whenever Raw Dogs play the Braves, the Raw Dogs, that roster, that group, they always beat them. I don't know if it's like their kryptonite. I don't know exactly why, but they always have the upset. They did the huge upset. I think it was last winter. Where they took them out, and I think it was 5v5 where Serge caught, I think, a deep yard hook and end up scoring. He could have stopped the ball on the 1 yard line, kind of waste all the clock. He ended up scoring. Raw Dogs drove down the field, end up scoring again. Raw Dogs end up driving on the field, scoring, end up winning the game, and they lost because of that. But for some reason, Raw Dogs have this effect on the Braves where for some reason, they just beat them. So I think it's going to be something like that this weekend as well. And Raw Dogs are good. To be honest, there was 2 good matchups that the Braves kind of could have played against, and one was Montreal Magic, and they beat them, and then the other was Raw Dogs. I think Raw Dogs' defense is better than Montreal Magic just because the athletes all around that they do have. So I think that's going to help them a lot. Their offense as well is also not as affected as Montreal Magic because the play calling, but I think they're going to manage. But I think their defense is going to help them out a lot. They have enough guys to play man-to-man concepts. They have enough guys to kind of learn a switch concept. So I think they're going to have Braves there. I think just because of their history, I'm going to say Raw Dogs. If it was to a point where Raw Dogs was losing versus the Braves a lot, I would say the Braves, but just because they're beating them a lot, it's the reason why I'm going to take Raw Dogs.
All right, fair enough.
Yourself?
Okay. I mean, to pick between Jordan Panetta and Joe Mahieu, I think I'll go Joe Mahieu. But I will say, I was talking to Maule last night. We were at the field in Broussard, right, as you were, and he says, "Yeah, MTL Magic, Montreal Magic, and the Braves should have been the finals."
Yeah,
and I think obviously, should have been. And a game where there's that much action, that much emotion, right? I was on field 3 scorekeeping. That game was on field 1. I could hear all the plays and all the yelling and the screaming going on. I think they kind of extended themselves, maybe, perhaps. It's more of a tackle football thing, but I think all the emotion, adrenaline they spent in that game, I'm not so sure. Can they get it up again for Raw Dogs? I mean, it is for a championship, so the Braves. I mean, it's like the sun being hot, right, or the water being wet. These guys being in and around championship, around the finals. I think the Raw Dogs. you talked about them being the Braves kryptonite. I want to back you up on that one, and I think the Raw Dogs, another close game, it'll come down to the wire, perhaps overtime. That'd be great. I think the Raw Dogs will find a way to pull out the W and win a competitive championship.
Well, all I know is it should be a good one.
Yeah, definitely.
Should be good, and that's going to take place on Sunday at 5 p.m. in Brossard.
Yeah, that's it. That's right. All right, man. So I think that wraps it up for all the games. I think there's 14 games in total. Championship weekend, if I'm not mistaken.
I can tell you in 1 second. Let me just see. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Sorry, that's my dog crying. Yeah. So there's 5 games on Saturday, and there's 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 14 games in total.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. So we're looking at an exciting weekend. Again, if no one has nothing else to do on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, come on down to Complex CN in Brossard. It should be you're not going to be disappointed. We have some great games. On Saturday, you have Division F, D, Co-Ed 3, Women's C, and then Co-Ed 2. And then on Sunday, we start with Women's A, Division E, Intermediate, Division A, Competitive, 5v5, Division B, Co-Ed 1, Women's B, and then we finish with Division C. So we are going to have a lot of good football that's going to be happening this weekend for FPF finals.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's gonna be exciting. Don't forget, again, the action starts on Saturday at 5 p.m. So 5 to 11 Saturday, and then on Sunday noon. So early start to the action, noon to 11 p.m. on the Sunday. So I think that wraps it up, man. Any final thoughts?
No, just I want to say good luck to all the teams trying to win a championship. Good luck to the guys or women, females, men, whatever. Well, to win their first championship. As me and Brent, we already have our championship. It's cool. It's actually I think the coolest thing is when you click on your profile and you get to see a championship to your name, or 1 or 2 or 3.
Oh, yeah.
It's nice to see. You're like, I'm a champion. So it's a good feeling just to have a championship under your belt, especially if you're someone that's been in this league for so long. Like,
oh, yeah.
I always find it's crazy. Some guys like, I've been playing for 10 years. We get responses too. Like, I've been playing for 10 years. I've been playing for 8 years. Haven't won a championship. So don't take it for granted, because you never know. This might. You might think it's easy to get to have a final appearance in FPF, but this might be your only time you make the finals the next couple of years. Yeah. So take advantage of it now.
I got to tell you, so speaking to your point, so on my phone, I didn't have the same phone at the time, but obviously I've had an Android for a long time, so it's all connected. My first championship was in 2017, and so I had some pictures that popped up. I think it's Google or Facebook memories.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it popped up on my phone the other day because it was 2017, so a long time ago, right? 8 years, my first championship. It's my favorite championship. So when I remember the most. A lot of the guys still playing. AJ was on that team. I know when we had him on early this season, he was talking about that. Winning your first championship is awesome. It's 10 weeks regular season, and obviously the playoffs, and that you come together, guys and girls, and sometimes you play with old friends, you meet new friends and stuff, and it's just coming together to win something as a team, as a unit. This is why I love football. That's why I think football is the greatest sport in the world. You learn a lot about yourself playing ball. I've learned a lot about myself playing tackle for sure, and definitely flag as well. And it's just fun to come together and for common goal and to be able to achieve it no matter what you do, right?
Yeah, exactly.
All right, man. Before we sign off, I just wanted to say thank you to all the guests we've had on today. Mark Kirouac, Yvan Saloman, Emma Townsend-Asselin, Jeremy Steingberg was on. Stella Jean-Georges, or Stella the Don, if you will. I want to say thanks for her coming on. I think that's all 5 guests. Yeah.
Nice. Got it.
Yeah. Also, thanks to the season, we've had Neil Wright, Phil Cutler, Ashley Longin. We've had Dan Lazera, we've had AJ Gomez, we've had Joe Mahu, we've had Jeff Rosenblatt. I think Ben was on the show. Ben
was on.
Yeah, Ben was on. Anybody I'm leaving out here? I feel like there's
probably, to be honest with you, probably, but
yeah, probably.
Yeah, Lori.
Lori, homegirl. Thank you, I said Lori with that. Big thank you to her. Emily Adam as well, from Kibu.
Shout out to Kibu.
Yep, shout out to them. I think that's it. Anyways, if there's any other guests that I've forgotten, I apologize. Thank you for coming on to the show. again, this has been a fantastic thing for me. I want to get as many players as we can on, both male and female. I want to represent for all the players from Division F to Women's C to 5v5 all the way up to A to Women's A to Men's A, all that. In winter, obviously 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm sure there's probably going to be 8 divisions this coming winter. Again, it's important for us to get you guys onto the show, because without you guys, the fans and the players, we would not be here doing this podcast. Big shout out, big thank you to our producer Ali Reza, who puts everything together. I know he listens to me and Quaysie blab a lot, and we've been on this now for almost like 2.5 hours. It feels like, although he's telling me it's a little bit shorter than that in our group chat. 2 hours and 40 minutes.
Yeah.
All right, 2:40. All right, so almost 3 hours. It's the longest episode because it's the final episode for the season. So thank you for Ali Reza for everything that you do. And again, Ali Reza will be the man behind everything, the magic that is finals, that is road show, that is finals weekend here, Saturday and Sunday in Bassard. So come by, say what's up to him. He'll be doing the instant replay. Him and his team Omar and the rest of Mirror Productions. So give them a shout out. If you want anything done video wise, call that Mirror Productions. Ali Reza is the main man. I want to thank you, Quaysie, obviously, again, my partner in crime here on this podcast. I've had a lot of fun getting to know you a little bit more from last season to this season, talking some ball. It's always a good time.
Likewise.
All right. And don't forget to like and subscribe on YouTube. And again, finals weekend, Bassard, this Saturday, this Sunday. Come out, watch some great ball, and enjoy. I'm Brent Bodkin.
Quaysie.
Yeah, we'll see you next time.
Peace.
Thanks for tuning in. Peace.